Well, we are streaming, but for some reason, audio's not coming through. Just give me 2 shakes.
You make me want to go running.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody say something.
Hello.
Hello.
Something.
Yay! Gordon's alive.
Kelga's sitting chat, carrying without me because he's putting the kid to bed.
He's Reuben wrestling.
Right, we are good to go in that case.
All right.
I can't
So-
use that thing, by the way.
Welcome to Clan UK Plays D&D.
Dum, dum, dum.
Episode
18.
18. Jeepers. Episode 18, and you're not even 4th level yet. That's some slow gaming, that is, I tell you. All right, so last week you were up on the moors in the different hills, where you had arrived at something known as the Pillar of a strange pillar. Turns out the pillar seemed to have eyes and mouths all over it. After some exploratory investigation and some ponderings, you recall the tale of a gibbering mouther, a strange creature that was a mass of eyes and mouths and strange kind of materials. You suspect that this was somehow a petrified gibbering mouther, or been turned into stone. That some goblins were trying their hardest through some kind of sacrifice or worship to try and wake it up. The rooms that you found on the goblin warg riders that you defeated at the top of the session last week all had, or several of them had, some kind of insignia carved into them. You also learnt about a boss, something called the Big Boss. When you interrogated the warg talked about the boss, and then talked about the big boss. The boss being the rider, the big boss being something else. And he said some interesting things about said big boss. Sometimes it's a wolf, sometimes it's a goblin. Didn't know, and that the big boss didn't know that these particular goblins were traveling here to offer the sacrifice. At which point you all assumed or presumed or surmised, or whatever other kind of weird word we want to use, that some kind of power play was in motion. You trailed one of the wargs back to the den. You found a cave complex guarded by some goblins and hobgoblins. You attacked said goblins and hobgoblins. However, one fled further into the cave. And that's where we ended last week. And so this week,
We're all going to die.
the game is afoot. What do you wish to do? Just by way of recap, there is a small stream, a fast-flowing stream that comes out of the base of the cavern entrance. A little bit higher up, there is a sort of a small ramp to the side, and then a little bit higher up, there is like an opening where you originally saw the hobgoblin and the goblins firing arrows, etc., at you. At the moment, as I say, everything has been defeated.
Well, I wanted to as soon as sort of like as a follow up, as though it would have been my next round, I wanted to move straight up.
Okay.
To about there so that I could see it inside.
Yep, go for it. Are you doing it stealthily, or are you just going to plod up there like a warforged?
I'm just going to go up there like a warforged because I'm technically still raging at the moment.
Okay, go for it.
Zed, is there any opening that's big enough that the stream is coming from that we could access, or is it too small for a...
It's quite it's a little bit of a waterfall. Well, actually no, it's not a waterfall, it's a bubbling stream. You could probably get down into the stream itself and kind of pull yourself along if you wanted to.
I could fit in there, couldn't I?
Ember could fit in there, yeah.
Where's the stream go?
Well, that is the question, isn't it?
By the way, those pens, are those pens in there?
Ember,
Put in there with the warg
you
pans.
can't see because you're too far away. But yes, those of you who have gone up in there,
Oh, I can hear a stream now.
It would appear to be a large pen of some kind.
I presume that they've still got wargs in there, probably, because they wouldn't all have disappeared with the other group.
I think we should push a little further in. We need to figure out where the other hobgoblin went as well.
Agreed.
Okay, rage. Unfortunately, your rage drops.
Yeah, there's nothing to. I could punch myself in the face, but I'm not going to be cheesy like that. So.
Can somebody fetch Kel?
Yeah, I've just fetched him for you.
Lovely, thank you. Right, let's take this slow and steady. We don't know what's in here. We don't know where that goblin ran off to.
I'm gonna follow the stream.
Okay. Are you actually going to go into the stream?
Well, only if I can still breathe, obviously.
There is a gap. There is a space. The stream, as it's coming out of the water, out of the cave entrance, is probably 2 feet deep, and there's probably a foot of clearance between you and the cave head. It turns sharp left.
So that way.
Yep. This kind of way, or this kind of way.
Actually, if you move me, it'll be easier because.
Yeah. How far are you going?
Well, I can't. I'm gonna light a torch because I won't be able to see in there.
Okay. You will have okay. So you'll have had to have lit the torch outside.
Yeah.
It's okay from a from a keeping it out of the water. So basically, you're going to have to kind of hold your torch above your head, right, and scrape it along the top of the cave, and
Yeah.
pull yourself with one hand as you're going along. Here and there, you kind of lose your footing as the obviously the stream bed is not even.
Okay, so I drop the torch, obviously, then.
No, you don't drop the torch. You find yourself swimming, sort of floundering and trying to swim every so often. Okay. I'm going to come back to you in a minute. Okay, I want you to tell me how far do you wish to go?
20.
So from the entrance, given 5, 10, 15, 20. So you've gone 25 feet from the entrance. And remember, you are under the floor from where the rest of the party are at the moment. They can't see you. They can't interact with you.
Okay.
What you can see ahead of you is the ceiling and the water are now starting to meet. Probably 10 feet in front of you, the two will meet. Which means you would lose your torchlight, but you could
and-
continue if you wished.
But I have to hold my breath.
And you'd have to swim properly, yeah.
Which, hang on, what skills?
1 second, just got the door.
No worries.
I don't know which skill used to swimming. Is that dex or strength?
You would use athletics to swim. And
That's strength.
do you know, it'd be mad if some bloke pushed in now and started hacking Sorentar to pieces, we'd be able to see it live on camera.
Why would you say that?
It's just how my brain works, especially when I'm running D&D.
Wasn't there a spate of those live things where they used to set the streamer up and call the police to their address?
Yeah.
Oh, it
yeah.
means swatting.
Swatting, that's it.
Somebody died from that, though.
Yeah.
Into the Calyx it goes, look. Okay, so
You've just been on a run or something.
You
Can't hear us.
Okay, back.
Hi.
yeah, he's probably been on a run, or probably not a run. He's probably been working out. Start.
Yeah, it was like the shorts and the t-shirt.
I wear shorts and t-shirt, and I don't work out or go and run.
Yeah, but that's not a workout shirt and short and t-shirt, Medi.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
I wanted to know if you've been working out.
Because you think you're looking
earlier.
buff.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing like gym clothes.
Oh no, this is this top. I wear these because they're really comfortable around the house.
Oh right.
But I do train in these, yeah.
All right, I'm going to come back to you, Medi. Not Medi. I'm going to come back to you, Dart, in a moment. You have a think about whether you want to continue and have to kind of swim. You can hold your breath, I think, for a number of minutes equal to your Constitution bonus.
Oh.
I'm sure somebody will correct me if that's not quite right. It's either, I think it's minutes, isn't it? Stupid number.
Yeah, I thought it was like 1 plus your constitution bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay, the rest of you,
3
Rage.
minutes.
Ahead of you, it opens out into what was obviously a living area, a bunch of tatty mixtures of sort of tatty humanoid bedrolls on straw bases, all kind of around the edges of this this chamber.
Okay, I look down on the floor. I'm assuming the person that ran away was going with speed. And at this point, he'll have turned left or right. Can I see a footprint where he's changed direction that's inundated into the dirt?
Survival check, please.
Going to assist?
Can you? Yeah.
I will assist with some guardian
Blimey.
guidance. Sorry.
Blimey, that's pretty okay. So
I'm coming back out of the cave, by the way.
okay, you're gonna come back out the cave. All right. So I'll bring you back to here then. What actually?
Everyone sees a very wet
Ember.
amber.
What you see is more blood splatter than footprint giving the direction away, and it's this direction. So gone, sort of turned right.
Okay, I'll quietly point in that direction to the blood and then make my way that way.
I can see the cave curving away that way as well.
Follow.
It curves away both ways. All right.
There is a passageway that runs to the south.
Let's have a poke around to see if we can find anything in here, right?
Okay,
Hmm.
if you want to look around here, I'll guard this corridor.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
And I'll make my way up to the corner and just peek around. So
There are some
I'm in
wolves.
cover.
There are some wolves. If you can see them.
L'Oreala, as you go, I've got to try and keep track of everything that's going on because there's lots of shit going on. Right. Stop, everybody, for a second, because I hadn't realised Jet had moved up. Jet. Okay, so you moved upwards. What can you see at the moment?
I can see two orc-like creatures with another goblin in between them.
Okay.
And they're
All right.
moving towards us.
Jet,
Correct.
what do your elf eyes see?
Okay. Yeah, so as you kind of step up, you hear and then see two large wolves begin to amble down the corridor, a singular goblin in the middle of them. And L'Oreala, as you go to the south, you can hear. Okay, L'Oreala, just give me a perception check. Oh, nice. The footsteps here, there are certainly no wolf footprints here, and the goblin footprints seem to stop here and then sort of mill around here and then kind of come and go as far as you can see.
Okay.
Zed, if I can see down that northern corridor as well, if
Yeah.
the wolves look as if they spot us, or the goblin that's in between them, or the hobgoblin that's behind them, then I want to cast Shatter in the middle of the group.
Okay.
If I've got the range, I can't remember what the range on Shatter is now. 60 feet.
Just whispering to Medistra, I'm not sure about this corridor. The goblins don't seem to have explored it too far.
No,
Okay.
it looks very untravelled, and I don't like going down here alone. Well, with you. Well, I don't mind going anywhere with you, but we need more people with us.
Okay,
I
I look slightly upset by this.
would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Light them up.
Because the wolves do kind of crouch down, and then there is a barking command, and they spring forwards. Because there is no surprise, you can't cast a spell at this point. We'd need to wait for initiative.
Standing, watching the buggers.
Yeah. But they saw Jet. Literally, they saw Jet before Jet saw them. So they are not surprised. Oh, look at all those dice rolling. It's amazing.
Damn it, and everything's going to go before me again.
Okay. Right. Immediately, as there is a command in Goblin that just simply says, "Get 'em, lads."
The large wolf crushes the goblin. Oof.
It is not just a large wolf. It's bigger than the wargs that you've already fought. This thing is huge.
Wait, that's not a normal.
It bounds to here, sees the Warforged, and immediately sets upon him. with a bite. Snapping and snarling, but Rage, you kind of push yourself backwards as the muzzle comes at you, and it just misses.
Thank fuck.
L'Oreala,
Presume I've heard this commotion.
you give me a perception check with advantage. You've
Presume I've
absolutely heard
this.
this. Yeah, you've definitely heard it. Behind you, you hear a snarl and a snapping sound and barking.
Oh, my map's moving. That was weird.
That was
I think I've got that thing where it tracks to whoever says something. I'll change that. Pushing past Medistra, I'm shouting that the others are in trouble. And then moving to here. Wow, that is a large wolf. Okay. I'm gonna straight up start with a guiding bolt. I think this thing is massive.
Okay, it is huge.
I will cast at level 1.
Okay. Always worry when the DM suddenly sniggers in an evil kind of.
What's
Okay,
a
your
dire
guiding
wolf?
bolt strikes at the wolf, slamming into said wolf. It snarls. Its eyes, a deep red colour, fix on you. But you hit it, and it hurts it.
Excellent.
The next attack roll does so with advantage, I believe.
It does, yeah.
Anything else, L'Oreala?
Do,
No, I think that's all.
is my mic working all right?
Yes.
Then we open up with Rage.
Okay. I will. God, that music's loud.
Turn it down, boy.
I'm just doing. Yeah, bear with me. The rage, the rumbling will start, and the radiant energy will course across his body as he rages.
Okay. Rage is raging!
And then I am going to try and
That's
open
it.
Yeah, essentially, yes. I want to try and cut the fecker in half.
Go for it.
With advantage if it doesn't give you it automatically.
With advantage, yeah. No, I don't. Oh, it should do.
It's got a symbol on there, hasn't it? So it might.
Yeah. Let's see what it does. Just roll normally and see what happens.
It's a shame. Close.
Okay. Your blade strikes into the creature. It yelps in pain, and then again focuses on you. Behind you. Where's the motherfucker? Oh, he's all the way back there. Okay. Where's he in this one? You can hear the pattering of footsteps. He's somewhat tranquil bugbear.
By behind us, do you mean to the south or
Sorry,
further?
not behind you. Sorry. Over to the east.
Okay.
Comes charging down here. Mean bugbear. There. Right, the mean bugbear hoists a javelin towards Jet. But Jet gets cover. Okay, javelin comes arcing past the wolf and lands in the dirt near your feet, Jet, but misses
Okay.
you. And then Bear with me a second. I just need to figure out. Oh, all right. That's pretty good, isn't it? Okay. All right. And the goblin makes a gesture. And
How many fingers does it involve?
it involves hold on. It involves actually it doesn't. You hear Jesus Christ. Okay. You hear some words of arcana being spoken. Kurgen, you're the only one that stands a chance of really being able to hear it. So give me an arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like the words of a dimension door spell. And the goblin appears here.
Careful, they're going to come in behind us.
I don't know why I did force damage, but there you go. It's an action. It's an action. It's an action. It's an action. Okay. That is. And then it looks around and seems a little bit put off by the fact that there are so many people around. So he's going to come down here and target. Actually, no, he's going to engage L'Oreala, but can't attack. Okay.
Sorry, whereabouts did he come from?
You have
Come
no
from-
idea. He
Just
literally
appeared out of nowhere.
appeared out of nowhere behind you. Kurgen
I would
would
have
have
seen
seen. Kurgen and Jet would have seen the goblin utter some words of arcana, which Kurgan recognizes as the words to the dimension door spell, and then the goblin just appears down here, and then he immediately rushes forwards to engage L'Oreala.
Would he be talking in Goblin?
He would have been talking in goblin, yeah.
Well, I would have known what he said then.
But you're too far away to hear him.
Oh, is he around the corner?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, I thought it meant that Goblin that would just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, he just appeared out of nowhere, but he wasn't speaking at that point.
And even
Oh,
if you
okay.
understood what he was saying, you might not understand that it's a dimension door spell.
To you, if you'd have heard him, it would have just been strange magical
Mumbo jumbo.
incantations, you would have thought. Kurgan, you're up.
You didn't spread the fuckers out because I said I was going to use shatter by any chance, did you?
No. I've literally moved them as far as they can bloody move and
Okay.
fit in the corridor.
Because I wonder how big the corridor is. I can't see around the corners.
Where should we go from here?
Medi, what did you roll to be right down the bottom?
All right, so same again. I'm going to grasp the ruined shaft of my axe and slam it on the ground and cast shatter.
Okay.
Which is that one. I can only get 2 of them. Oh no. No, I can get 3 of them if I do it there, according to the template.
Yep, you get 3 of them. All right. Roll your damage.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Can you roll a d20, please?
How can I roll triple ones?
I don't know.
Can only get
Don't
better,
forget to say
guys.
Yahtzee. Yahtzee!
For some reason, Wild Surge it just isn't working, I don't think, at the moment, and I couldn't figure out why. So, okay. one of the bugbears succeeds, takes half damage. The other two creatures, the wolf and the other bugbear, fail and take 3 points of damage each. That was a bit rubbish, wasn't it?
That's unbelievably unlucky.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just going to go with the... Can't I move? Oh, it's some measuring template idiot. There you go. Just move back to there. And that, I think, is me.
Ember,
Hello.
you're up.
Okay. I'm currently hidden. Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the goblin that I can see standing
Okay.
next to. Can't target it. Oh wait, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. Right, I'll shoot it with my crossbow.
Sure.
Oh damn it! Put it in the wrong place. Not crossbow, sorry, bow. Do I have advantage?
Is he unaware of you?
Yeah.
Hold on. What was your stealth roll?
28 or 28, I think.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's above the.
Okay,
Where
yeah,
is
it's
it?
not aware of you, so yes, you can have advantage.
Right, okay.
Okay, that will hit. Oh, your sneak attack as well. Okay, your short bow bolt arrow hits the goblin. The goblin turns and just glances at you almost dismissively.
What
Anything
the
else, Ember?
hell?
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here and hide.
Okay.
Oh, right, good. Can you still
Roll a
see me?
Nope. Roll a stealth check.
Oh,
Well,
balls.
oh. Anything else, Ember?
I don't think I can do anything else.
All right.
I,
Jet, you're up.
I do think stealth check should be blind.
I agree.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
What?
So
What do you
I'm
mean?
going to target this wolf, or wolf-like creature.
Actually, that's not a bad shout, actually, Medi. So going forwards, Dart, whenever you do a stealth check, in a combat situation at least, I would
Yeah.
like you to select where it says private GM roll, select blind GM roll. So you won't know what you've rolled, and I will be able to tell you whether they've spotted you or not. By the way, I do write your stealth DC down every time you roll it. So I've always got a list of what you've scored.
Oh, okay.
Jet, you're up.
That makes sense because yeah.
Because you think you've hidden quite well, but you just don't know.
And it will affect what he does in his next turn, right?
Mm,
If he thinks he's hidden, or if he knows he is or isn't.
correct. Yeah.
Kind of weird. I'm behind a wall, so I thought it would be hidden.
Yeah. No, you are hidden at the moment, but for instance, you're hidden against a goblin because you have no line of sight, but you're not hidden against a wolf who can see you because there is a line of sight to you.
Weird that I can actually see the goblin still.
The way the walling tool works, it's not.
the way the wall tool works. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the wolf.
All right.
See me.
Your arrow hits the wolf.
Okay. So I'll do normal damage.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. The arrow slams into the flank of the wolf. The wolf howls in pain, snapping out in anger.
Okay. I am then going to draw a short sword and I'm
Yep.
going to move forward to block its movement.
Ooh, tactics.
And
I've
We
never been
like
accused of that before.
Warm-hearted. The warm-hearted goblin. Where is he? Oh, he's there. Got it. Massive bugbear. Okay, he's going to try and throw a javelin at Jet as well, but obviously Jet gets cover. Ooh. All right, Jet. A javelin arcs over the wolves and catches you in the side for 10 points, 12 points of damage. Ow, that hurt.
wow.
Oh my god.
Maximum damage. Almost maximum damage. Medistra.
Yes.
Medistra, give me a perception check, please.
Certainly. Quick question while I'm doing this. My magic armour, my mage armour, lasts for 8 hours. I'm assuming I would have still kept it up because we've not really left. Yeah, a combat situation, yeah.
Yeah.
One perception.
You can hear a strange sort of rustling sound coming from the southern passageway.
Well, prior things come into Medistra's mind as he sees L'Oreala being set upon by this goblin. So he's going to move. He's going to try to. He's going to move to sort of here. Oh, that didn't work. But he's also going to be bearing in mind that of what he's just heard behind him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast a spell on said goblin.
Okay.
And I'm going to do. Oh, do I? I'm going to do Sacred Flame. You
right.
do get a dex saving throw.
I get a dex saving throw, do I?
Yeah.
What is my target?
We'll do a standard roll and see what happens. D13.
Okay. All right, I will make my dex saving throw.
Oh.
Roll your damage. So no damage then.
No damage. No, that's disappointing.
Okay.
And I will kind of. I don't want to shout, but I want to project my voice if possible by and say, I heard something coming from the South Passage. And with that, I shall end my turn.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no. I can't do that. Can I do that on a bonus action to heal?
Your special D6s are a bonus, aren't they?
Yeah. My healing light. So let's see how we go with this. I'll target Jet. I'll click healing light. Standard roll. I don't want to consume all. And I'm going to use 2 dice on him.
Okay. Jeepers.
Hopefully,
3.
3. Good.
Oh.
Sorry.
Hey, it's better than.
It's a Peppa Pig bandage I put on you.
Yeah.
It's fine. So yes,
All right.
Alan might. Oh, it's ended. Has it ended?
Yeah, I've ended it. Sorry.
Look.
Round 2, Adventurous Direwolf. Well, wolf. Dire or otherwise. It's going to focus on Rage because Rage has just cut into it. And it's going to try and bite him.
Zed, you didn't play Kelg going through that lot. He's not on the tracker either.
Is Kelg on the tracker?
No.
Is Kelg
he's-
here?
No.
No.
He's still muted, so I'm guessing he's still getting
Right.
sorted.
Okay, well,
Oh,
Kelgar
he's,
will go next.
he's online. He's just not got his voice
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Kelgar will go after the wolf. The wolf has missed anyway, so waking up and realizing there is a fight, Kelgar moves forwards to about here. He will
Place.
see this bad guy, and he is going to do something simple. He is going to
Eldritch Bolt or whatever. it is.
Eldritch Blast him.
Yeah.
I reckon you play Smoke on the Water.
He
At
hits.
least. Something simple. Smoke on the water. Absolutely. Just getting warmed up.
Wait, why has he just hit Rage?
I don't know why, because I targeted Rage as well. Heal yourself for 2 points of damage, Rage.
Die, Rage, die!
The DM's not paying attention to what is and what isn't targeted. Okay. Eldritch Blast fires out of his axe as he strums a deep power chord. And it slams into the goblin. The goblin doesn't seem happy. L'Oreala.
Okay. Reaching for my silver necklace that is that I've got on with the symbol of Silberith, I utter a prayer, and hopefully, all going well. I can't. How do I select myself as a target?
Shift.
There we go. And I will cast Bless.
Go for it. Here we go.
I love that effect.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love how it just it pulses each one as it brings the next one in. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Very well timed. And then I will move around to here.
Okay.
As I heard Medistra saying he could hear some noise from the south. And that will be the end of my turn.
All right. The very impartial goblin. Moves to here. Cross.
Is that me up first? Sir?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's you up first. Yeah, I missed that. Sorry. The wolf is down. Bad boys, you've killed my dire wolf.
Yay!
First one, anyway.
There's more. Oh,
There's
God.
more?
The wolf goes down with a howl, screeching, squealing, and then he's kind of cut short as Rage just pulls out his great axe from the creature's kind of across his neck and shoulder. Anything else, Rich?
No, I'm going to wait for them to come to me.
I'm going to wait for them to come to you. Okay. All right, and turn them. Now, said impartial goblin moves to here, targets Jet, and shoots him with a short bow. And misses. Hobgoblin runs down the corridor, engages Jet, Morningstar in hand, and cracks him. Actually, it's not. It's not a Hobgoblin. It's a bugbear. Cracks him across the head, but misses. This one comes in, engages Rage. Also missing. God, the DM's dice rolling is rubbish tonight.
Fine. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Really good, thanks.
Right.
Now I know how we feel.
The goblin. Sorry, just a second. Boom. Disappears, and in its place appears this.
Oh my god.
What's one of those?
Lol.
What the hell's that?
Man bat.
I'd tell you, but I'm not going to.
I just remember that is. Hold on, I need to add him to the tracker. I need to roll him, and then I need to.
That looks like it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, you're stuck in a corner right in front of it.
I need to.
Will it fit down here?
It'll squeeze down there. Okay, so let me see if I can give you a description of it. I don't know. Need to find a description. Bear with me a second. Let me try and find you a description.
There's one on the Forgotten Realms fandom wiki.
It's big and it's got a huge pointy teeth.
Pretty much.
It
yeah.
is a goblin wolf hybrid with monstrous jaws, razor sharp claws, able to shapeshift as you've just seen in either a goblin or canine form, each of which were indistinguishable from normal members of their kind to most. A hateful orange glow given off by their intelligent eyes. When they're excited, they occasionally possess unusual traits that betrayed their true nature. Effectively, yeah, I don't know that you'd know what this is. However, it is a fiend. So if you want to make knowledge religion checks, certainly L'Oreala and Medistra make knowledge religion checks, and I'll tell you what it is if you're successful. L'Oreala, you have heard of something called a Barhgest, a creature that is often found with goblins and was created by a general in the Nine Hells in particular
God.
to hunt and consume goblin souls. That, though, you'll be glad to know, or maybe you won't be glad to know, but that is its action.
Oh joy.
Cue the
Yeah.
Benny Hill music.
Okay,
Do I know anything about Barhgest other than that? Or is
not
that
really. No, you didn't get over 15, so
Hmm.
that's all you know. You recognize it, but you can't remember reading anything about what they can and can't do. Okay, Direwolf comes forwards, chomping at the and snarling at the bugbears to get out of the way. The bugbears look a little bit panicked at that point. Illogical goblin. Sadly, Jet, you're kind of in the way, so the goblins are just opening up on you.
Yep, thought so.
This one hits again, even with a -2. For 8 points of damage, you are hurting as another arrow slams into your thigh. Not your knee this time, just your thigh. Kurgen, you watch as arrows come flying out of the corridor ahead of you. A strange, orange-eyed, wolf-like creature has materialized in place of the goblin and is chomping away at L'Oreala and Medistra.
Yeah, I think I'm most worried about this weird creature that just appeared in the middle of us. So I'm going to target it and fire a chaos bolt because that always goes really well for me.
That always goes really well for you. Yeah,
Always goes well.
it's amazing, your chaos bolt.
Well, we'll see. Let's just see. Actually, hang on. Have I? Hang on. No, I don't have any sorcery points left. Balls. All right. Let's do one of those at him. Well, that's a hit and a bunch of damage.
Okay, roll a d20 for me, please. Actually, you should blind roll it, but we'll do blind roll in future.
Hang on. A d20 I've got to roll as well. And that's the d20. It's a 10. Bang in the middle.
Yep, no, you're fine. Okay.
And I turn into a tree.
It is a fiend of the hells. It is a Barhgest. Indeed.
That's how you
Anything
spell it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Barhgest, yeah. Anything else? Kurgen.
I don't like the fact that so much can see me. Hang on, where can I get to? 15. 2. Okay, so I'm going to move back there.
Okay. In turn.
And I'm going to turn. There you go.
Oh, shit. Right.
How are we going to keep Jet up?
Attracted by the metal and the sound of combat, a creature with large antennae comes scuttling very quickly out of the southern corridor.
You're evil. You really are evil.
You
Welcome to
trying
Rust Monster Heaven.
trying to do a TPK or?
Ember, you're up. It's going to be a tough fight, this, I have to say.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But you did go storming in here and not hiding from the wolf that was kind of watching the corridor. Jet.
not my fault. He wants to be a scout. Okay, I don't know what I should do. Okay, I'm going to shoot at the bog thingy again.
Okay. The Barhgest. Okay, go for
Yeah.
it. All right, it
Is
isn't.
is it standing next to some of our chappies?
It is, yeah. So you will get advantage. I believe you get advantage for that, don't you? Or no?
Not in a
No, I
range
don't.
round.
But
No,
I
but you do get sneak.
do
Yeah.
get sneak. Yeah.
It doesn't know you're there though, so you
Oh,
can
it doesn't.
get your
Oh,
advantage. No,
but I roll really low on my stealth.
I know you did. I rolled really low on my
Don't matter.
perception.
Don't do what? Sorry. Right.
You'll need
Short
to step
bow.
out though because you can't see him there. Remember,
I can.
the wall lets you see him, but the actual you'd need to be here.
Reality doesn't.
Oh, all right. Oh, hang
It's
on.
just
Wait.
I position the wall, the walls.
Why am I not aligning to the grid?
You know why you're not aligned to the grid.
Press shift at some point.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Tar.
You're welcome.
What the hell's that thing?
That thing. You don't know.
Can I roll to find out what it is?
I need a nature check, please. So I don't
Oh,
think.
where
No.
do
No.
what?
No. 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 No.
Nature? Oh,
Hold on.
looks like a big cockroach. Oh, the tracker tells me what it is.
Yeah, I'd need a nature check, please, for you to identify it. Okay, 15. Okay, you recognize this as a rust monster, a creature that is known to devour metal and that is attracted by metal.
And
Should we strap up to
L'Oreal is
Keoghtom?
holding a big shield.
Yeah,
Okay. Alright, I'm still shooting at the is it Barhgest?
Barhgest, yeah. It is an unkind rust monster.
No shit.
Oh,
Okay, you loose an arrow as you see this goblin transform, and it takes you a little bit by surprise, instills a little bit of fear, and your arrow kind of strikes the ceiling of the cave, breaking in two. You miss.
damn. Okay. I'm gonna move behind Kurgen. What the hell? It's still not. Oh, that's better. Move behind Kurt. Well, actually, no, I'm going to move back behind the wall.
Okay.
Oh, but those things can still see me. I've hidden behind Kurgen and stealth.
Roll a
Yep.
stealth check. Send me a blind roll, please.
What? Is it a
So
blind
what it says-
GM roll?
Yeah, blind GM roll. Yeah,
What's a private GM roll?
that means you can see it and I can see it, and nobody
Oh.
else. But nobody else. A blind means you
Okay.
don't see the roll.
Okay.
Okay, got it. All right. You hide.
And
Anything
end
else,
my,
Ember?
end my turn. Jet's up, isn't he?
Another
Oh, no.
comes scuttling out of the passageway. Jet, you're up.
I'm just now going to second line.
Jet is second
Huh?
winding. Don't blame you,
Can't
Mr.
hear
Jet.
Jet.
And then I am dodging
Dodging.
as an action.
Now, that is an interesting option. Okay, you dodge.
Good call.
The warm-hearted goblin isn't dead after all. Moves to here. Moves to there. That's him done.
Me.
Throws another javelin at Jet. Oh no, sorry, Jet. I've hit you again.
I'm
What does
dodging, yeah.
dodge do, by the way?
Oh, dodge. Oh god, yeah, you're dodging. Right. Hold on.
On the text.
Can you hold on. I'll undo that and let me re-roll the attack because I forgot to do disadvantage. Yeah, okay. You dodge out the way basically as another javelin comes arcing through the melee in front of you. Medistra.
Yes, Modestra was concentrating on this goblin transformed into this huge beast. And then at the corner of his eye, he's seen these other two strange creatures come towards him. And to be fair, he's having a little bit of a panic.
Okay.
And he's going to just do something that he never thought he ever has to do. And hopefully this works. Oh. He's going to cast a spell that he's just recently got, and like I say, never thought he would ever use, and he'll just flail his arms out and shout, "Save me!" Is it going to work? Oh,
Arms of Hadar.
I don't know, but it's
Oh.
going to hit as well.
Oh, it's friendlies.
Creatures, including L'Oreal.
Well, I've said it, including me.
All right, place your measure template then.
I'm trying. It's going to get me as well, but no, it doesn't get me, does it?
It's everything within 10 feet of you, but not you.
Not me.
Yeah, so place your measure template. It will. Okay, yeah, just do that. All right. Before you do anything else, right? What happens? Each creature in the area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, a target takes 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions to its next turn. Okay, so I think it should be prompting you to roll.
Yeah, roll a ding to doofer.
Right, just first of all, shift click yourself before you roll any damage.
Yeah, it's not taking the target off.
Okay, don't worry about it then. Just roll the damage. I'll undo it on you because it's not applicable to you.
Sorry.
Nice. 9. Asked anybody for a saving throw? Have you got a saving throw?
DC 13.
Yeah, I've got a saving throw, yeah.
Okay. Didn't seem to have come through for the monsters.
Oh my god.
Strength saving throw, right?
Yep. Except I rolled a 1.
Okay, so the non-threatening rust monster makes it. Oh, there we go. You've just done it automatically. All right, let's have a look.
I need to make one as well, so I quickly do that myself, even though.
Yeah, no, it's done it already. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So according to you, you failed it as well. So I've undone it for you. So you should be back on full. Okay. These arms and tentacles flow out from you, striking everything around you. Yeah, you hit everything, and it's not happy.
Oh.
Nice.
You
also hit L'Oreal.
I was going to say, did L'Oreal take damage there?
Yes. 9.
Yes, 9 of my health.
No, 9.
9.
Yeah.
Seeing that, because he's done this in panic, seeing that he'll quickly do his heal on L'Oreal.
Okay. Make sure you check everything. Otherwise, you'll heal everybody.
Rage is just happily facing off against these bugbears, and all hell's breaking loose behind him, and he doesn't know what's going on.
He doesn't, does he? You rolled your healing.
I haven't seen anything roll yet, so.
And you're muted, Medi.
I'm pushing the wrong button to talk, sorry. Let's try this. 2.
5.
You get 5 back. Oof. And that's me out of my special heals.
Okay.
And with that, yes, I shall
Enter.
end turn.
Okay. And as you kind of lash out with that spell, you can hear your comrades yelling, "What the hell was that?" Kelgar. Seeing this, Kelgar is going to. I think he's simply just going to Eldritch Blast the closest. Unless anybody wants me to do anything different with him, he's going to Eldritch Blast the closest rust monster.
Seems reasonable.
He rolls a natural 1
Yes.
and misses. L'Oreala, all hell is breaking loose around you, and it's scary.
It is. There's crazy tentacles flying out of Medistra as well.
Yeah. A bit like that, yeah.
Oh, why didn't you run, Medistra? Why the hell didn't you run?
I'm surrounded.
This sucks. I'm going to take the dodge action.
Dodge action, okay.
I'm going to hold fast with Medistra.
Okay.
Have I got anything I can do with the bonus action? I don't think I do.
Well,
Nothing that isn't concentration anyway. No, that's the end of my turn.
Right.
they can't react this turn, though, can they?
Well, that's why I told you to run, but you just stood there like
Rage.
Okay. Just takes a little bit of a look over his shoulder, sees lots of things, doesn't turn his head fully, just sees movement and goes, oh, fuck. Targets the hobgoblin, the bugbear in front of him.
No worries.
Can I just say to Rage, very quickly, is it time to run?
When it's safe for the others.
I think he was meaning for the others.
You do have inspiration.
I know, I'm just about to use that.
Okay. Oh, you still miss.
It's going to be a miss, isn't it? No.
Yeah.
Can I use my inspiration for Rage?
You can't, no, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me think.
Anything else, Rage?
No, I have to stay there.
Okay. We'll shoot Rage, actually. And misses. A goblin steps forwards, takes a shot at Rage, but misses. The tranquil bugbear targets Rage and rattles him with his morning star. Oh shit, natural 20. Morning star whacks you across the head, 29 points of damage as it just cracks kind of glances off your head down into your shoulder and across your chest, sending a quite severe blunt force trauma rippling through your body.
Good job it was aft. Otherwise I'd have been on my ass.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, you'd have had 1 point left. You'd have been fine. Okay, this one attacks Jet this time. Jet, are you still dodging?
Yep, still dodging.
Still dodging, Jet. So he gets disadvantage.
Jet, now it's time to run.
And again, you kind of dodge out the way, hastily kind of parrying the morning star with your short sword. The Barhgest smiles. A toothy smile. Looks at L'Oreala and says, in almost perfect common, just double checking. Well, you're a half elf, so he says to you in almost perfect common, walk down the southern corridor. Present yourself to my friend. I would like you to make a DC DC. It's not telling me. DC 12 charisma saving, wisdom saving throw, please. As a suggestion washes over you. And you
Can I re-roll that? I think.
Okay, yep.
Can I use inspiration to?
You can use inspiration to re-roll that, yep.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, the same.
I'm going to add 2d4 to that.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. Well, that's what I'm going.
DM should not glow, but you are going to try and follow his instructions and head to down the southern corridor and present yourself to his associate.
I am.
Okay. There we go.
That's just the worst rolls.
This is kind of like you're running away.
Oh my god.
Okay. Can't move. Carries on snarling and snapping at the heels of the bugbears, basically trying to get them out of the way. Illogical goblin will target matey boy over there, Jet, who's still dodging. I'm going to roll a 3 and miss. Kurgen.
It's the wood elf shimmy.
This is not looking good.
Sadly, somebody got within 30 feet down that southern corridor and triggered the entire room.
I think now might be a good time to be somewhere else. But I'm not leaving friends behind. So, Tides Chaos to get advantage with Chaos Bolt on the Barhgest.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. One of those. No, advantage. 22, and we are gonna give it.
Roll d20. Yeah, roll your damage. Okay.
And that's my d20.
Your Chaos Bolt slams into the Barhgest.
Yes.
Doesn't seem to have any effect.
That was acid damage.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to have any effect. In fact, you watch as the bolt of energy, this chaos energy that you summon forth, as it travels towards the Barhgest, takes the form of a large globular blob of acid that kind of explodes and washes over the Barhgest. The Barhgest merely shakes its fur, sending the acid everywhere, but remains unfazed, untouched, unfazed by it.
Well, this is going to.
Didn't somebody say it was a fiend?
I don't know what it is. It's a strange, horrible creature.
I did say it was a fiend. Yes.
Doesn't mean a great deal, though.
No.
Just means it's a fiend.
Yep.
Yeah, but they've got advantages and disadvantages.
Stop metagaming, Dart.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Dart, you would have no idea what this is. I can't remember what L'Oreal shouted, actually.
Get away from me, you fiend.
No, it's a fiend from hell or something like that.
Okay.
I did say it was a Barhgest as well, but
Yeah.
Okay.
either way,
Okay.
I think any of us are aware of that. So,
Medi,
Yes.
you have both a mace and a dagger on your person.
I do.
The rust monster's tentacles quiver and dart out and try and make contact with your mace. I would go on.
Sorry, yeah, go for it. No, sorry, I thought it was my go, but it's not. It's theirs. So,
Yeah, it says. Hold on. Let me do this slightly differently. I'm going to target you. I'm going to roll antenna. It should have asked you to make a saving throw. Oh.
oh,
Okay. The okay, let's look at what happens. Okay, the mace turns a slight dullish rusty color and is now on a -1 damage, which I will add to your character sheet. If this gets to a -5, it is effectively useless.
mhm.
I think that should do it. Okay. That's the rust monster's gone. And it kind of quivers in excitement as it does so. Ember, you're up. There's all sorts of crap going on.
Okay, I think it's time to retreat because it looks like everybody else is doing that. Or Kurgen's trying to run past me.
Kurgen could have run further, just so you know.
I'm going to shoot this rust thingy.
Okay. It knows you're there.
Okay, so just normal.
Just normal attack and damage. Okay. But it's a non-threatening rust monster. It's just hungry.
But don't I get? I still get my sneak attack because of Gloriana's next
If,
to
if
it.
you hit it,
Yes,
I
you
don't know
do,
if
but
it is.
you missed it.
Oh, all right, fine.
Oh, have you still got blind? You've still got blind roll on, haven't you?
On what?
On your roll.
No, I could see that.
No, I
Oh,
saw
okay.
it.
Cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, you missed, unfortunately. Your arrow goes wild,
Okay,
missing the creature.
I'm gonna move.
Okay.
And
Don't leave us.
oh no, I'm in the spotlights. I'll stay there for now because I can still shoot stuff from this
You
distance.
can still shoot. Yeah. Non-threatening rust monster. Likewise, L'Oreala, what are you holding?
I have a shield in one hand.
Just a plain metal shield, yeah?
I don't even know if it's metal, but possibly. You tell me.
All right, I'll tell you what. Roll a dice. I'll roll a d20. Odds or evens for it being
Odds.
odds. It is metal.
Odds, always odds.
Always odds. I will publicly roll this so you can see it, except I can't get to my roll. There it is. It is unfortunately metal.
Okay.
Again, its antennae quiver and kind of in excitement as it sees your big metal shield. I would like you to make a saving throw, please. You kind of quickly pull it out the way as it kind of tries to brush against your shield. It misses, and you are good. How come you had an advantage on that?
So I was dodging.
You were dodging. There you go. Jet, you're up.
Again, I'll look across the rage and say, time to go.
Rage continues to froth at the mouth. Oil dribbling down his chin.
Where to?
Okay, I'm still dodging. I'm staying put.
You're staying put and dodging.
You can disengage if needs be.
I'm dodging and staying put. And then
Okay. Goblin will shoot at Ray. Jet.
yeah, disadvantage.
With disadvantage, misses. Who have we just lost? We just lost Calg.
Calg.
Oh,
There we
Calg.
go.
So things are going well.
Things are going bad.
Yeah, we're essentially fucked. What we're playing next week?
I don't know. We'll
Spelljammer.
figure it out. Oh, this one hits you at Jet, unfortunately, even with disadvantage. For 6 points of damage. You kind of try to dodge and just get it wrong, and arrow kind of grazes across your arm, leaving a bit of a bruise and a bit of a thing. It's nice but can't really do anything, so he's stuck there. Now would be a good time for a shatter spell. Medistra.
Yes. Would I know what these rust creatures are?
Give me a nature check. You've heard of them. You think they like metal, but you don't really know.
Well, I've seen one of them go for my mace, so I want to, as like a free action as such, I'd like to unclip my mace and just chuck it under the Barhgest.
Okay.
Just so it's away from me, I want to just. And my next thing I'd like to do, and this is going to bite me in the backside for doing this. I'm going again. I'm gonna look at this Barhgest and I'm gonna cast a sacred flame on it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna point there and say, "Creds de Malfi."
All right. Target him first.
And as I do that, this thing shoots out of my arm. This flame. And you need to make a. You should a saving throw pop-up dex, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you've already hit him because it's dealt damage.
Oh.
Which is a bit weird because he rolled a 21.
Was that for the concentration check or was that for the sacred flame check?
That was a concentration check. The sacred flame. He fails. Oh yeah. Okay. Take my see on dexterity, so they'll take 1d8 radiant damage. Take again benefit from gains. No benefit from cover. Okay. Yeah. All right. So it makes his concentration check on the suggestion, fails his saving throw, so he takes the damage. Anything else?
Again, I'm trying to stay near L'Oreal to take the pressure off her.
Okay.
So I'm going to stay with her and end my turn there.
Okay. Can't even see what's going on. There's too much going on the board now. Kelgar, you're up.
Okay.
I've been rolling crap as Kelgar tonight, so you don't want me to continue to take over.
Okay.
Actually, shall we take a quick 10-minute break?
Oh, that's a good idea. So I can let my dog out.
Top of the round, take a 10-minute break. Back here for 22.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I'll pop us to the start screen.
additional dice because of the ferocious fighting. Yeah,
Yeah. Mean buggers, aren't they?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
But the good news is, you should ding.
Really?
Sure, sure.
Are we all back?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Kel?
I'm here.
All right, let's continue then. Okay, so top of the round, Kelgar, round 4. Ding, ding, ding.
Hang on, I've...
Kill him, Kelgar. You've got them all in a line
Oh.
there. Quick.
Lightning bolt.
Okay.
Use that plethora of magic items I've given you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me, like, which one of those was that?
Something called a fragmentation grenade.
Holy hand
I need
The holy hand
at
grenade,
this, at this stage, yeah, I think I need like a smart gun from Alien or something like that. Okay, well, seeing the current state of things, Kelgar is going to lift his axe and start playing Foo Fighters DOA. No villains getting out of here alive. On the actual trying to contribute front, has an hour passed since our previous combat.
God no.
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 Probably about
The
10 minutes.
combat being the one outside.
Immediately outside, yeah.
No chance.
Okay.
5 minutes has passed.
In that case, can I continue my hex from that one as it has
Yes,
an
you
hour
can.
duration? Marvelous.
Yeah, just recast hex.
Okay,
Don't consume a slot.
Brilliant. Okay, bonus action then casting hex on the Barhgest.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll have a beer just to, soften the blow. Okay, you
We should
hex
have
the
had a full
Barhgest.
Would any of the ability things disadvantage it on, or be useful, in particular on the thing which is cast on L'Oreal? Probably not. I don't think it's going to be.
It's
not gonna be-
concentration. Oh, concentration. So it would be Constitution, wouldn't it?
Aha.
Well, technically it doesn't work on saves, so
It does not. Nah, poop.
no. Otherwise, hex would be amazing.
Yeah, I'll do Constitution anyway. Okay, and then I shall attempt to let rip with an Eldritch Blast. And roll a 4.
You do have inspiration, remember?
I will use my inspiration.
That sounds like a bloody good idea.
Because
Waiting
it's
for the
useless,
number.
useless for all of us.
It's been amazing for us. Eh?
There we
And roll
go.
a 4.
Sorry.
What the fuck is going on tonight?
He's rolled the same disease as the rest of us.
Jesus.
Welcome to the club.
Oh my.
Well, we're fucked.
With that, you just go, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
So bad.
Anything else?
Being slightly less squishy than the people behind me, I shall hold the line.
Okay, L'Oreala, you're up.
I'd like to take the disengage action, please.
Would you indeed?
I
Then?
would. And then I would like to walk down here.
Okay. And you walk right into
A Sarlacc.
his friend.
Oh, hello. Does that mean the suggestions run out now?
Yes, because it just introduced yourself to his associate. That's exactly what he asked you to do, and that's exactly what you've done.
Because I've literally just said to a strange blob of jelly, my name is L'Oreala, and then I'd start blinking and shaking my head.
Yes, exactly. It's like, what am I doing down here? Yeah, so you see this strange gelatinous blob just slowly oozing its way down the corridor, eating things as it goes along.
I do technically have a bonus action left.
You do. There are lots of bones, of humanoid bones inside this blob.
The only problem with that
Why
is
would
I don't have
goblins
anything
be
to do
living
with
in
it.
that?
Sorry?
I just said, why would goblins be living with that thing?
Garbage disposal.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
Because
You've got an entire garbage disposal ecosystem. Things that will eat all the metal and things that will eat all the
Extra
non-metal.
bits, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so goblins capture things, they torture them, they get out of them what they want, they toss the bodies away, so there's no trace of them left. Very
Ah.
clever. However,
It'd be good with climate change.
Depends if they give out a lot of methane or not.
You should bring it up at the next COP meeting.
Rage, you're up.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you like to do something, Rage?
Yeah, I'd like to suddenly become like, I don't know, 5th level wizard, something
Invisible.
like that, positioned in that corner. But I'll attack that one again, and hopefully this time I'll roll over a 10.
Come on, I need a natural 20.
I don't know if this is useful for anybody to know or anybody thought about it, but there is one potion of greater healing in the party loot.
Not sure who's got that.
Oh, it was so nearly a 19.
I'm assuming that's a hit.
To miss?
17.
Yeah,
Does it? Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Unfortunately, it is a miss.
No, bollocks to that then.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Something has more than 17 AC that we're fighting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god.
What the hell are you trying to hit?
There's two of them.
Oh, there's
How do you
bugbears.
fucking zip?
They're nasty.
Smelling victory, the goblins hold fire. The bugbear grins. After dodging and deflecting Rage's blow, he swings down as hard as he can and rolls a 7.
Good.
The mean goblin bugbear.
We can see your rolls at the moment, Zed, just so you know.
Yeah, you can. Targets. Disadvantage. Oh, I'm really sorry, Jet. I hit again.
I dodged into that one, didn't I?
You did.
Fuck.
You watch as the goblin basically just thwacks his morning star into Jet's stomach. And Jet, you are knocked unconscious.
I'm getting used to it. Don't
I
worry.
was going to say, assume the position.
Yeah, I'm going to assume the position.
He rushes behind Rage. With a yell and a howl, the Barhgest chomps down on Medistra. Biting him, actually. Chomps down on him. Rolls a natural 2. Misses.
Now, can I make a reaction because he tried to attack me? Or did you have
Yes,
to make
you can,
damage?
'cause- No? What's the spell? Hellish Rebuke?
Hellish Rebuke, yeah.
Yeah, does that not say you have to be
You have
damaged?
to, yeah, it says that damage you, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't damage you. Okay. He snarls. Okay. The cube of jelly. The cube of jelly.
Mhm.
tries to engulf you, L'Oreala.
Oh joy!
So please make. I think it should have asked you for a saving throw.
Certainly has. Whew.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so you could be you can choose to be pushed back 5 feet or to the side.
Well, I can only choose back 5 feet, really, can't I?
Yeah, you can. Okay, and it comes to that. And the rest of you, Medistra, you would see L'Oreala kind of jumps backwards with a bit of a surprised look on her face.
Well, I'm still wondering why she wandered down there anyway.
Well, actually, he's spoken common, so you probably have a good idea.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay. The wolf comes hurtling. Actually, comes to here and stops here, and will try and chow down on Rage. Missing. It moves now. Kurgen.
All right. If I move to there, he hasn't got cover, has he, to me? The Bergen.
Shouldn't have.
Barhgest, sorry. Okay, all right. And I'm going to shout, I'm down to nothing, and I'm going to ping a firebolt at him.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my inspiration.
You are going
Okay.
to use your inspiration. Yes.
I most certainly fucking am.
Oh God.
Jesus. Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah. Even I. So I get frustrated when the rolls come up bad because that's what kills you rather than the actual tactics and stuff like that. It's a bit. That's where I get a bit disappointed. Okay. The rust monster darts forwards and basically dabs his antennae against the mace on the floor. The mace rusts more. Ember.
I don't know what to do.
He'd shoot and keep out of range
What, the bugbear?
of the things, all the things.
Well, I was shooting that before. I might as well keep shooting that thing then. I can use my sneak attack.
Odistra is technically engaged with the Barhgest, so you could get your sneak attack on the Barhgest, yes.
How far's the Barhgest away though?
5 foot.
He looks bloodied.
He's
So you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have to
Decent
move,
size.
you'll have to move forward.
why?
Got to be
You
within
move
30 feet, I
forward
think,
one.
to get sneak.
Do you? Oh, I didn't know that.
Just move forward one, you'll be all right.
Oh, I'll move there then. Oh, fuck hell.
You used to use your inspiration, Mr.
Yeah, I'll
Dart.
use my inspiration. No, I haven't used it yet, but I'll use it now.
Okay.
Which we can 3 or 4.
I reckon we'll push to a 4 this time.
Yeah.
20.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
Nice.
Does it hit?
Really
Yes,
hope so.
it's, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Will I move away now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm asking for advice. What do I do?
What would
well,
you
look-
do?
Well, I would.
Would you
Bug
pick up
out.
the courage and get involved, or would you run away?
Well, Jet's down. Rage is sort of like half dead. Corel's down there.
It's more of an alignment issue.
I'll stay put and I can still at least shoot stuff. But I will try and hide. The only thing is there's a bloody torch down there.
And me a blind roll again for your hide. Your last one, by the way, was 9.
Oh.
That's why you were spotted.
Oh wait, that's what? I shouldn't be seeing that.
And don't worry about it, Harps. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, I selected the wrong one. I'll stay here next to Kurgen then.
The rust monster comes scurrying forwards. Oh, actually.
Not the guitar.
No, it's still going for L'Oreala because she's got the largest source of metal in the
But
in the
Calgar is metal.
That's very true.
This is true.
Shouldn't it be
And
going
10
for rage?
actions. Actually, no. It's going to try and. Yeah, no, it's going to try and metal corrode your thing again. Can I get a saving throw, please? Okay, you succeed again.
No, I don't.
Feature.
It's a low. Oh, is that a DC 10 or what? I only got 11.
Yeah, meets beats.
Oh, okay.
Meets beats, always meets beats. Jet,
Boss.
give me that roll. Now comes a natural 20. Nice.
Still a win.
Still a win.
Lovely to play. Come to Ed. Oh,
After it's fun. Goblin comes scurrying in. Gets stuck in. This one is really badly wounded. There's blood and stuff all over, and he kind of limps in with a big grin on his face, looking as though he's ready to finish off Jet. Medistra.
Right. Having seen what the power of my patron has done to this thing, I'm going to do the same thing again, and I'm going to point my finger a bit more confident this time, and I'm going to say, "Creds the Malfe," and cast Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
Target fire. Oh, clearly not as confident as before. So you should have got a dex saving.
If it rolls damage, it means he's failed.
Oh, right, you failed. Yeah, brilliant.
You
stuff.
didn't target anything.
Oh, I've got a big cross on him.
According to this, no targets to save.
Ooh, do you want me to do it again and just reduce it
Yeah,
down to 2?
No, just do it again.
Oh, ignore that.
No, it's fine.
No, to keep it.
All right, your sacred flame washes over the Barhgest. It howls in pain. Radiant damage, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Okay.
If I try and move away, I will get damaged. So I'm just going to stay firm with here.
Okay.
I know. I'm just trying to keep it occupied.
All right, no worries.
End turn, and there we go.
Metalhead Kelgar.
I'm really stacking them up for you, Kelgar.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out a way that I could use an AE spell without killing Jetson more.
Don't worry about it. I think I'm dead anyway.
You're not dead. Until we say you're dead.
How do I just focus that Barhgest and try and get that down?
What character do you want to play next?
Me, I think I might bring in a fighter, sword and shield.
Pure
that
sword and
was
shield.
my choice as well.
Oh, was it? An entire party of sword and board fighters.
I think Guy
Potioned up.
we are lacking a second fighter, aren't we?
We want a proper phalanx formation, so we just move forward, stabbing at spirits.
Well, if you do a sword and board fighter, I'll do a sword and board paladin.
There we
Well,
go.
what if you do a sword and board fighter and somebody else does a a glaive armed
That's right,
fighter and fights behind?
Proper formation.
Exactly.
Right.
And the glaive is a war master, so he's barking commands. That actually would probably be a really good combo.
Looking at the turn order.
Not
Wage
for our visitors and watchers on the stream that I am intending desperately to TPK the party.
TPK.
He's not desperate. It's just going to happen.
Gonna happen, yeah.
Is anybody watching?
He's got a little board behind him. He's got a board behind him that has little ticks. Another one gone, and another one gone.
I'm gonna attempt another Eldritch Blast on the Barhgest since it's got my hex on it. Try and hopefully take that down. Maybe Rage and L'Oreal will be able to get back to the group. Medi is still up there, of course.
Why doesn't Kurgen and me just run away?
Do what?
I don't know.
They've
Training
happened
party.
I'll
together.
just roll a 2.
Have you used yours at inspiration already?
I used that last time to change my 4 into a 4.
Oh God.
Jesus.
I was just going to pack up and leave.
Okay, Pelgar, you need to pack up and leave. All right. Anything else, Kelgar? Are you going to inspire any of your comrades with a dice?
Step back 1. I will. Yeah, I might as well, I guess.
One assumes that should you survive this, you're going to be layering in here for a long rest tonight. So,
who is going to benefit most from a bardic inspiration at this stage?
Well, I'm not as much use as a chocolate teapot at the moment.
Robert Rage.
Yeah.
Rage or Medi, I guess.
Depends what to do, really. I could potentially benefit from it.
You're just going to disengage, L'Oreal, and run like crazy, screaming like a girl. I mean, let's be honest.
Can't even see you
Sexist.
without
The pillar has eyes. The pillar has eyes.
Okay, let's bardic inspiration Medi then. It seems like he's probably in the worst situation.
No, wouldn't Rage be better because he's got like 1 hit point?
Oh, he's only got 1 hit point.
Yeah, you can probably see the
No.
blood. No, haven't you?
Yeah, he's on half
One
hit.
hit
I'm
point.
on half, just under half.
Oh, sorry.
It was. Wasn't it Jet that had 1 hit point?
No,
No, I had 10, and then I didn't have any.
He's dead, Dave. He's dead.
He's dead, Dave. Dead.
But not for long.
Okay. Anything else, Kelgar?
That's me.
Okay. Are you inspiring anybody?
I inspired Medi.
Medi. Okay. L'Oreal.
Bonus action, use Charm of Heroism.
Ooh.
Gain temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Which is always handy. Did I see Medistra throw his mace down? I think I did before I left.
Yeah, you will have done, yeah.
Can I throw the dagger on my belt pouch at the feet of this rust monster next to me?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try and move off around it.
Okay.
Does it take a swipe at me?
Hold on, I'm too busy looking at your charm of heroism for some reason. You can't
Just
actually.
casts heroism on me. I presume it's a one use.
Yeah.
So I will remove that if I can remove it. Yeah, delete item. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it will take a swipe at you. But no, let's take a swipe at itself. It will try and bite you as you go past. It does bite you, says the DM with surprise. For a total of 8 points of damage, I need a concentration check from you, please. What are you concentrating on?
Bless.
Bless. Got it. Okay.
Also need to add some. Wow, how much damage does that just do to me?
It did 8 points of damage. So what would be your temporary hit points?
Well, I'm just wondering how I'm down to 4 hit points out of 21 when I've been hit for 9, then healed for 5, then hit for 8. That doesn't seem to work out to me.
Hold on. 9 and 8 is 17. Minus 5 is 12. 21. You should be on 9, shouldn't you?
No, yeah, you're right. I should be on 9. Yeah.
And then you should have temps.
And I've got temporary hit points, which was another 3.
Oh, actually, so then you'll be on 11 because your temps will have gone.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I might hit you twice by accident at some point. Okay.
Get to here. I'm going to target up this horrible demon thing that commanded me, and then I'm going to hit it with another guiding bolt.
Okay.
Fuck it up, L'Oreala.
That's the plan.
Well, that's going to hit it. Roll your damage.
It's pretty good.
You have all the dice.
Oh, bastard.
Beautiful.
Okay. And
It's
it
still
failed
alive.
its concentration save. It's still alive. Yeah, your guiding bolt slams into it. It rears back in pain and anger.
Good.
But it's still alive.
And disappears.
Anything else, L'Oreala?
No, that's
Rage.
my actions.
It's the one that's right in front of me that's been attacked, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's getting attacked then.
That will hit.
Oh,
That will kill it.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Well, fuck.
Next.
I'm just trying to think whether I want a
Do you have Great Weapon Master?
no next level.
Oh, damn it.
Get
can
that
you
at
move
fourth.
back onto there.
I'd get
Get an AOO.
yeah. Is it an
Right.
one or where does that
One.
wolf?
Just one by the looks.
Yeah, because the yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
one.
I could, which is what I was thinking of.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll take one step back and hopefully not die.
Okay. So the bugbear reacts to your movement by swiping out at you with his morning star. And he misses.
Yay!
Fuck for that.
Now we've got all the things attacking.
Wait, there's another bugbear.
There's loads of them.
Yep. It's a target-rich environment. If you want to start, if you shoot things, it's very target-rich at the moment.
For the AoE.
Bugbear moves in again, takes a swing, and misses Rage again. He snarls in frustration as the Warforged parries the blows with ease. The mean bugbear distracted by his mate arriving. Comes to here. And attacks. Also misses. Then moves to into realizing what he should have done first is he then moves to their get advantage.
What armor are these bugbears wearing? Are they metal armor or is it hide armor?
Breastplate. No, they're wearing
Breastplates. Ooh,
breastplates.
that is metal then.
Yeah. Depends on how you maneuver them. The rust monsters will probably go for them. Just so you know. Barhgest. What's he gonna do?
Barhgest, what's gonna do? What's gonna do when he chomps on you? Sorry.
Is the
It's alright, you're next to him.
is the torch next to L'Oreal like a little bit kind of overly hyperactive for anyone else?
Yeah.
It's like
Because L'Oreal is
flickering rhythmically in like
he's like, hey.
Yeah, some of them are and some of them aren't, I think.
You put them in turn to the music last week, didn't you?
Yeah, these two down here.
I did some of them, yeah.
The ones that
That
now
one's
look
just
like buttocks
pulsing.
on my screen.
Okay. He's gonna step here. Medi, do you wish to take an opportunity attack as the Barhgest leaves your threat area
Oh, yes, I
and heads
do.
for L'Oreal?
You got is it advantage because of guided belt?
Mm-hmm.
you also have bardic inspiration if you want to use it.
I
I'm not sure if you
I
can use it
can't-
on that or not.
I can't use a spell as
No, you
Yeah.
don't have Warcaster.
and I've only got a dagger.
Oh no.
Yeah, you
Hey.
threw your mace away, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's
Stab
dead.
it! Just stab it!
Go on, I will. I'll quickly thrust my knife out,
Okay.
and we'll see how
The
that works.
antenna on the nearby rust monster suddenly quiver.
You
Oh, I
kill it
knew I
with
should-
one hit point left.
Yeah.
Roll your damage.
Roll again in
Whoa.
case you get.
Oh yeah, I've got
advantage,
two. I've
don't
got
you?
advantage. Sorry, my
Yeah.
apologies.
So you can get a 20.
Natural 20. Natural 20.
Oh, so close.
So close yet so far.
That's two of your good rolls used up then.
Yeah.
Max damages.
Oh, max damage. There you go. Gosh.
You forgot. You're so excited you forgot to target the Barhgest.
No, he's targeted. Look.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
I've got the stream as proof. Oh!
The
Kidding
Barhgest
me?
goes down as you kind of slash out at the back of it. It yelps and then collapses almost on top of L'Oreal.
Hero!
So now it's a question of mopping up now, right?
Nice backstab.
That
Mopping
was.
We need to get Dart. That's my priority.
The
Oh.
gelatinous cube
Wait, what?
lumbers past
What do you need to
L'Oreal
get?
and goes and stops over top of the body of the Barhgest.
Beautiful.
I'll do. That's a big old meal.
Yeah.
What do you mean, get me?
Direwolf.
Did I say Dart? I meant Jet, sorry.
Oh, right, that makes more sense.
We'll get you when you're asleep.
Disengaging, by the way.
Ooh.
Isn't there an opportunity? Oh, it's disengaging. Oh no, what?
What?
It's fleeing now it's seen its leader just killed.
Oh,
Disengages.
I know what I'm going to do next.
is there a moral mechanic in D&D then,
No?
or is it just
Kurgen. Goblin and Direwolf comes rushing past you, dodging out of the way so that you can't easily target them, and then making a beeline for the exit.
All right.
one of the bugbears does yell in Goblin.
Which I don't speak anyway.
I
He
do.
yells. Hold on.
A load of old.
I'll
gibberish.
shout at everybody, take down the big guys. The little guys are running away.
Kurgen.
Sorry, I'm hesitating over something. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Yeah, so what I would like to, I don't know if people will be all right with this, but I've been tracking in the party loot, I've been tracking the gold and the loot and of what has gone in there, which is why I knew the Greater was healing potion was in there. I'm wondering if people are okay with me being the person who's carrying it or in charge of it. And basically, I want to move and throw the Greater healing potion to Rage.
Okay.
Probably have to move. I'd have to move.
I'd
to
get it
do
down. I'd get it down, Jet, if you can.
I can't get to him on this turn.
It's
That's fine. It's fine.
I could cancel what I'm going to do and get to Jet this turn to. Well,
I mean,
yeah.
you could get to him next turn if I chuck it to you.
Well, I can get to Jack if I'm not dead.
Okay.
The way we were rolling, any chucking might involve it smashing.
That's very true.
Okay, so I'm going to take it out of the party loot and I'm going to try and chuck the thing to Rage to give him some options.
I in the middle of these two, I honestly wouldn't. Seriously, I'd get Jet up because I will likely survive. But if Jet gets hit twice, then he's fucked. Or rolls a 20.
I can't get to him on this turn.
That's
so
that's okay. That's okay. If you can get to L'Oreala, and then she can go at the top of the round. This is talking too much out of. Just hand it off.
Okay, all right. So I'll hand it off to L'Oreala. Is that my
Just
action or is that
right.
bonus?
Okay, just get to there for a second, Kurgen. How far away from Jet are you?
From Jet, 2, 3, 4, 15, 25.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm sending you a whisper.
Whisper, whisper, bite, bite.
Do you have mage hand?
I was going to say it's the.
Could you mage hand it and pour it down his neck?
I see. I didn't think about that. That's really fucking clever.
Just like we didn't think about this when Jet went diving in raw sewage.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I suddenly have this incredible surge of inspiration, and I hear whispering coming from my blackened axe shaft, and I cast Mage Hand and carry it over to Jet and chuck it down his throat.
Okay.
Now, won't they get rid of his fatigue as well, or not?
A greater? I don't know. So it's 44
Okay, what's a greater?
plus-
All right,
44
Jet,
plus-
roll 44 plus 4.
Yeah, 44 plus 4.
Try to get more than 8.
44 plus 4, yes.
40.
Somebody remove the greater potion of healing from your party treasure.
Yeah.
Jet, heal
pretty good.
yourself 16 hit points.
Wow.
Good set rolls.
In the game.
You still have a level of you'll have another level of exhaustion.
God.
Has he already got one?
Yeah.
He already went down outside.
16.
Yeah, we're sleeping after this if we get out of it.
Right.
He's sleeping for 2 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then I
Gonna
am
make this
going
cave our
to-
home.
I'm just gonna move
Actually,
back
it's
to-
not just that.
I have a new and profound dislike for you, Zed. Just so you know this.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Okay. You see my whisper?
I thought it was hit. I thought it was said that whispered to you that. about
Okay.
the
If you finish,
Jack.
Kurgen, hit end turn.
Um, e- yeah.
I need to do something with your blackened axe haft, but we'll do it. We might do it when you sleep. Unkind rust monster.
Okay, I want to try and create that as an item as well, Zed. So it
Yeah,
actually is-
I'm going to create it. I'll create it for you actually.
Okay,
And there's
because
a
I've-
reason, as you find out.
Okay, because I've got a couple of things in my inventory, like the focus, because that's my focus, right? And
Yeah.
I've got a focus in it as well, so I need to delete that and have something that's more representative.
With dagger in hand, the rust monster turns and reaches out to caress it with one of his antennae.
That was almost sexual, Zed. Calm down.
Almost sexual. Expecting it this time, Medistra, you kind of pull the dagger out of the way, and the antennae just kind of brushes the air in a somewhat suggestive manner, but not as suggestive as it could be. Ember, you're up.
Okay. Do I have advantage if I shoot this guy because Raid is behind him?
If you
Okay, hold on. Does he know you're there? That's the key thing.
I don't know because I had a. No, wait. I did see my roll. But,
And he doesn't know that you're there, so you would have advantage.
But I got a question. Because Raid's behind him, that's flanking. But because there's something behind Raid, doesn't that negate the Raid?
If you're in melee, yes. If you're in range, no.
So
okay.
if you moved up, got advantage from then got advantage from flanking.
If I moved there, you mean?
Yeah. And then attack
Okay.
with your rapier, then you'd get advantage from flanking. Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, I might do that because I can do more damage with that. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh,
more bodies in more bodies in the melee. Always good.
You move forward. You draw your rapier and you stab out at the bugbear. Roll your attack and damage. Well.
Nice.
Nice. Roll your damage. Beautiful. And sneak attack. Not bad. The bugbear turns and glowers at you, ready to hit back.
And I will grin back at it.
Okay. And turn if you're done.
Oh, hang on. Oh no. I can disengage without opportunity attacks, but that will make it harder for. Would that help? It wouldn't help Rage.
It won't help Rage at all. You'd need to stay there to help Rage.
Okay. All right. Because that one can't. So that one can't. This one can't get an advantage as long as I'm standing there.
He can get advantage against Rage, yes, but he can't get advantage against you.
So me being there doesn't mean.
But if you stay there, Rage knows he's damaged, and therefore Rage could target him with advantage and potentially drop him.
Oh, I see. Got it.
That's what you've got to think about when you're looking at your tactics: is what help do I have? Yes, it puts you at risk, but it's
okay. I'll stay put then.
It also spreads damage around the party.
Non-threatening rust monster. What's it gonna do?
Does have a dagger by its feet.
There must be metal in the gelatinous cube, right?
It is going. No, there isn't. The rust monsters ate all the metal. And the Barhgest doesn't have any metal on it at the moment, so there's no metal.
Well, the goblins.
Too far away.
Oh.
It can sense metal within a certain radius, and the closest source of metal is the dagger that you've thrown at its feet. So it's going to do that. Starts to devour the dagger. Jet, you're up.
Okay. I'm going
Feeling a
to
little bit groggy.
Yes, I'm going to stand up,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to take an opportunity attack. So
Mm.
here,
Okay.
God,
the
already.
goblin.
If the goblin's still feeling fighty.
He is. He's going to take it. He is going to hit you, Jet,
Oh God.
for 6 damage.
bastard.
Oh God.
Jet's problem is his armor class isn't amazing.
Right, I'm going to target that bugbear from behind with advantage.
And I'm going to hit it as hard as I possibly can.
Short sword.
2.
Short sword. Advantage.
No, 4. Oh, there's a 18 there though. Happy
It's-
days.
That's just one off a critical as well. Never mind. Okay. So
7 damage. You jam your short sword into the ribs, into the back of this bugbear. It kind of swats the blade away, almost without looking, but not before you pierce its flesh and cause it a wound.
Okay,
Anything else, Jet?
Nope, I'll intern.
Warm-hearted goblin. Right, he is going to run. Disengaging. He attacked. He's going to step into here and try and beat you back down again after watching you get up. And after just catching you before, he feels a little bit like he's... Yeah, I've just rolled a 19. 3 more points of damage as you feel this scimitar slap across your body.
Okay.
Medistra.
I was going to do something else, but seeing this go a little bit different, I'm going to change that. But I'm still going to yell out what I was going to yell out, but not as loud. I'm going to yell out, "Fear me, I am your doom." And with that, I shall point... Well, I want to drop my dagger on the floor, and I want to get rid of this goblin here.
Okay.
That's hurting Jet, and I'm going to point my fingers at him and go Celesti in Spiritu and cast Eldritch Blast.
Go for it. Nothing like a good Eldritch Blast to
That
roll
misses.
How about a
and
bad
miss.
one?
Everybody
Do you
misses.
have
It's
bardic
always just us at the
inspiration?
moment.
Oh, I do.
You got
but-
Bardic Inspiration?
Yes, I do.
Hold on.
I will
It's a
do.
D6, isn't it?
Does.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna
roll D6.
I'm gonna do something that I shouldn't do. I'm gonna tell you can't succeed, even with your Bardic Inspiration.
I can use inspiration
Okay. Oh no! Yes, you can.
then. Yeah.
Roll your dice. Yes, you can do it.
Against the goblin?
Well,
And an 18 wouldn't hit?
oh my God.
Right. So can I use my Bardic Inspiration on this then and add one
Yes, you can.
D6?
Why would
Do
it
you
short
still have your
bugbears?
inspiration left?
Yes, I do.
All right. It's up to you whether you want to roll your inspiration first and add Bardic Inspiration, or just roll your Bardic Inspiration and then roll your.
I'll do it both together, can't I? Can I do 1d6 and just roll my roll?
Okay, so roll 1d6 first, and then you could claim your inspiration on your d12 if you don't think you've hit.
No, here we go. I'll do this. Look. There we go.
All right. Okay, you did it that way. That's fine. Still,
Yeah.
it misses.
Yeah.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to now end my turn because I can't. I'll get opportunity attack if I move away from this thing. Even though I've dropped my dagger on the.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will just watch it eat my dagger.
Round 6, Kelgar.
Jet, I think Medi was shouting at you then.
Sorry?
Are we going to have like an L shape of doom by putting Kelgar there? So now we've got lots of different advantages.
Yes. And then we do the conga.
The conga.
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody just mass charm or mass suggestion. Do the conga. I like the meme. The guy that goes to attack the orc and accidentally caresses him on the back because he rolls a natural 1.
And they end up getting married or something, don't they?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Bonus
Right.
action
Seen that
to
movie.
shift my hex onto the gelatinous cube.
Okay. Oh, you're going for the cube.
Oh God, please no.
Well, we just reckon, like, just leave it be, or what?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
I'm
there's a
not
lot of dead
sure-
things. There's a lot of dead
At the
things
moment,
here at
it's
the moment.
chowing down on the Barhgest. So
Right, okay, yeah,
it's got
that's true.
meats
I
to
am-
eat.
making a note of its damage.
Point frantically at the hobgoblin. Bugbear, I beg your pardon. The mean bugbear.
Yeah, okay. Oops. Right. Alright, I'll chuck it on that one then.
In my other game, I'm a fighter with an AC of 18 with my shield, and I've got Shield of Faith. That's what we need now.
Nice.
What other game are you playing?
I've got an in-person campaign that I'm playing.
Huh.
It's
In
just
French?
Eldritch Blast.
No. It's actually with mostly Polish people.
Yeah, yes.
Misses the mean bugbear.
Certainly does.
L'Oreala.
Awesome.
Battle feels to you like it might have shifted slightly. Though your allies do seem to be still waving their weapons around a little bit ineffectually.
Thanks, Ed. You needed to add that.
L'Oreala moves forwards, engaging the mean bugbear.
No, I'm not.
He looks at L'Oreala with a really mean glare. Oh, and he casts Cure Wounds on it. Nice.
Right, guys, now you're fucked.
Give Rage a little bit of juice. I'm going to move slightly back. I was going to end my turn.
Thanking you. I could take a critical again now, I think.
You're out of the danger zone. Keep on raging, Rage. You do.
That's Okay. Yeah, this guy here.
I'm sorry, Jet. I ain't going all the way over there.
No, it's okay.
This guy with advantage. Go for it.
Yeah.
That's nearly terrible.
Absolutely terrible, yeah. Is it enough, though?
Yes, indeed.
All right, Rage, you slam your sword through. Basically, as L'Oreala reaches out and touches you, you feel empowered and bolstered by her god.
Oh, yeah,
and
you do.
you use that momentum and energy to ram your blade through the guts. Ember, you are sprayed at the front by blood as the tip of the blade comes bursting out of the chest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I'll turn around to the other one.
Okay. Impartial Goblin. He's going to run. So he's going to disengage. 10, 20, 30.
I forget how quick goblins can run.
But you did set up a really good strategic slalom for them there.
Yeah. He's going to target Rage. Only because Rage has just cut down his mate. And he misses Rage.
We miss him too.
Does that mean that XP is running away?
Let it go.
We overcame the encounter, so no.
Tell you what, Ember, you chase after him.
Right.
XP's running away.
Quick, chase it, chase it.
Okay, you
That's what you have to do
watch
in games, don't you?
Royala,
Like, kill everything.
Kelgar, and Medi in particular. You and Ember. You watch as the body of the Barhgest is just liquefied by this giant gelatinous blob. It then quivers for a second and moves forwards.
Oh.
Right, the direwolf is out of here.
Isn't there other bodies around here as well, though?
There's a fresh
The
body.
direwolf legs it out of the cave and out into the night air. You won't find it again.
I'm by me.
Good for it.
Same with the goblin.
Chuck the bugbear at that cube.
Yeah, that's my plan. Well, that is literally exactly my plan. I'm just going to feed it and move away.
I'm just a feeder.
Kurgen.
Okay, there's not much more I can do, so I'm just going to move forward just a smidgen so I can see what's going on.
How much can you pick up with magic hand?
Say again?
How much can you pick up with magic hand?
Not a lot. It's a couple of pounds.
10 pounds in weight, I believe.
Pounds from memory, yeah. No, I am going to eyeball the cube, and I'm not, in fact, actually going to hit it.
No, you badly missed the fight.
Sorry,
L'Oreal, duck.
Right. And I'm just going to say exactly when I am, and I'm going to shake my head and probably bang it against the wall repeatedly.
Okay. The unkind rust monster.
Fucking damn it.
On the plus side, you haven't gained its attention with that attack.
It continues to... Right, this time it tries to bite you, Medi, because it's frustrated that you pulled the blade out of its reach.
I dropped it on the floor, though.
Oh, yeah, you did. It still bites you.
Oh.
It will hit for 5 points of damage. Do you wish to hellish rebuke it?
I do indeed, because I've not used
Okay.
that spell.
You know what? After last week, I actually felt vaguely useful as a sorcerer for the first time with those shatters.
Shatters
This
are great.
They're not
No.
this week.
Do you still have spell slots left to cast it?
No.
Not you. I'm talking to Midistra.
Oh,
I have allegedly have one left. So
Okay,
because the Hellish Rebuke, sorry, the Arms of Hardo was one.
Oh, that's right,
So,
because you're a sorcerer,
No.
aren't you?
No, I'm a warlock.
A warlock.
That's the word. Yes.
Okay.
So second level packs, I've still got 2. First level, I've got 1, which is weird because
You don't have. That's not how warlocks work.
I thought Tieflings got a Hellish Rebuke for free, don't they?
that's
Once
what I
per
thought.
day?
Hold on.
Yeah, here we go. Yes, I've got Infernal Legacy, which means the third you can cast Hellish Rebuke at second for once a day.
Okay. So cast it as a second level spell. Don't burn a spell, a packed slot.
Right.
There you go. You've got it as innate casting at the very top of your character sheet.
Oh,
So just cast that one.
what's it on features? Which tab were you looking at?
If you look on your spell book,
Yeah.
at the very top of your spell book, you've got Hellish Rebuke as an innate spell
Oh,
casting.
got
so
it.
you
Yes.
Can, yeah. Okay, roll your damage.
Oh.
Fails its saving throw, takes 13 points of fire damage. Okay. The creature is still there, but it kind of pulls its antennae back and kind of makes a sort of a chirpy sound at you with a little bit of consternation in its chirps.
You bloody bit me.
It's like, it's all right, keep the fucking dagger.
Yeah. It's only one
Ember.
D3.
Don't you do another D10?
That was 2D10 there.
Yeah, but it's cast at level 2, isn't it? So
Yeah, roll another d10.
So close for a 10 there.
I know.
Oh, it was a 10 then. I was going to get all excited. Okay. The rust monster looks very hurt. Ember, you're up.
Okay.
Very good spell, that one.
It's a shame it's once a day.
Can you not cast it with Warlock slots? Or
Oh, yeah, I can, yeah. But
Yeah, you should only have one packed magic slot left because you cast Arms of Hadar, didn't you?
that's right, yes, yeah.
Yeah. I don't quite
So
know
I've
what's
got one of 2 there. Oh, you must have changed it, one of 2.
Yeah, I don't quite know what was going on there. Okay. Ember.
If I try to intimidate something, that's an action, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
And bear in mind, if you try to intimidate something that doesn't really have any intelligence, it won't work.
But what they're going to do on the Platinum's cube, that was for sure.
Okay.
As, I might have to. Oh, I'll shoot the bugbear because I'm not going to move. If
Okay.
I move up there, I'll get in range of the cube thingy.
Right. To shoot the bugbear, you're going to have to drop your rapier.
Yeah.
Because you won't have enough actions to be able to sheath your rapier, redraw your bow, and shoot it.
Well, I'll use fire my hand crossbow then.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Wait, there's one D.
can you just shoot your short bow?
Hang on. What do you mean? Wait, what? Sorry, what?
No. What? From last time, I would have assumed you'd have kept your short bow in your hand and attack with your rapier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So at the moment, to get your hand crossbow out, you'd have to drop one thing to draw your hand crossbow and attack with it.
Oh,
So
sorry, I keep forgetting it's not attached to the arm. It's just a
Yeah.
hand crossbow. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're using your short bow, right?
Can you sheathe the rapier and then just shoot your short bow?
Yeah, you can sheath the rapier and shoot short bow. Yeah, that's fine. Shoot your short bow.
Okay. You guys are trying to confuse me.
Sorry.
No, I don't have an advantage, but I can still.
Nice.
That roll, yeah.
And I can do my sneak attack because it's next to you two.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
Your
Wow,
arrow
yeah.
strikes the bugbear in the knee.
And the
Oh,
knee.
that's it.
That's
Anything
his
else?
adventuring
Ember?
Days of
career's
adventurer
over.
are over.
Yeah.
Town guard jobs now.
Anything else? Can I hide where I am? Because I'm behind L'Oreala and Rage is in the way of the other thingy.
You can always try.
Yeah, make a hide roll. Oh. Okay. This monster continues to eat the dagger.
Farewell, my dagger. There's nothing going to be left of that thing.
Have you missed me?
Yeah, it skipped you, Jet, didn't it?
Hold
You
on a
bet.
second.
Sorry, I think she's dead.
There you go, Jet.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna glare at the goblin.
You glare at the
And,
goblin.
And I'm gonna say to the goblin in common, "You're next," and then I'm gonna attack the bugbear.
Okay.
So it's shows an advantage.
Roll your damage.
Oh,
Bugbear
enough.
goes down.
Wow.
Give me an intimidation check.
Tell me you were looking at the goblin while you pierced the
Yeah.
the bugbear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You flicked him with your finger.
Oh, come on.
The goblin sniggered.
I'm presuming your voice broke in the middle of when you were
Right,
saying that or something.
Ellen.
Yes!
It was the way that you kind of like missed first time, and you had to make several attempts to get it through his arm.
Yeah.
And he says something back in goblin.
Saves the human that already fell over.
Oh, the cheeky little fecker.
Condescending goblin.
No, they can't see that.
I will shout back in Goblin to that Goblin, yeah, but you're next after, you know, I'm shooting you next.
Okay. Well, he swings his scimitar at you, Jet, and misses.
I
So
chuckle.
then we go to Medistra.
Fantastic.
I'm going to chuckle at the goblin.
So my plan here is to go. I'm going to have to take an attack of opportunity up there. There.
Okay, bear with me a second. Let me just
Yep.
target you. Nat 20.
Nah.
We are so having a long rest after this.
10 points of
Oh,
damage as this thing snaps back out at you as you try to dart away from it, and it really hurts as it catches you on the back of your heels.
Little bugger.
Carry on.
Yep. I'm going to end up there. And
Yeah.
I want to lean forward and lay my hands on Jet, and I want to cast, if I can, Cure Wounds.
Okay.
You might want to touch yourself and cause the same thing.
Anyway.
You're at level 2.
Oh,
Yay! Thank
no,
you very
no,
much.
is it? Sorry, ignore that. Ignore that.
Should be
No,
level 2, isn't it?
Is it level 2?
Yeah, it's always
Yeah, it's
level 2
level
because
2.
you're a warlock.
Oh, of course, it is level 2. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, nice. 10 points of healing. Nice one.
Lovely, thank you.
Jet is looking healthy again. He can take a critical now. Anything else, Medistra?
No, because if I move, I'm dead. So I'll end my turn there. Thank you.
Okay. Kelgar.
Okay. It kind of looks like at this point we're pretty much going to be fighting this gelatinous cube and the rust monsters in a moment. If we might as well get started. Moving my hex onto the bloodied rust monster.
Okay.
And then I think I'm going to let rip with a guitar riff and a thunder wave.
Ooh.
Since I clearly can't roll a d20 at all tonight, so
Make Zed roll instead.
Yeah. Go for it.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Nice. I feel it going.
Roll your damage.
Oh, I thought I was going to snake eyes again, like your shatter.
Okay.
That was a triple snake
The
eye.
cube succeeds. The rust monster, the unkind rust monster, fails, collapsing in a big heap on the ground.
Does that not get the one below as well? I thought it was part
No.
over each. Is it not? Okay,
It
never mind.
didn't seem to according to that.
Okay. Not sure. Move into that position so I don't get horribly cut off.
Oh, yeah, you're up. 7 rounds this combat's taken. 42 seconds to be precise.
Wow.
Maybe not.
Okay.
It'd be nice if it auto-gathered statistics on how many hits versus misses the parties have achieved.
I might be able to. There might be a module for that. I'm going to look for one. Do you want me to? I'll see if I can find one because I think it'll be giggly.
The how bad is your party rolling mod?
Right.
Yeah.
Tough question, Zed, but is that cubes sat on a fire?
It's kind of look like it.
Yeah, it probably is.
Likes his food warm.
But it's not. It's not marked as lit, so
It was
it's not lit.
it was put out
Lash
by
out.
it was put out by the Barhgest as he fell on it.
Yeah, probably. Totally dead.
Lashed out with some necrotic energy at this damn thing.
It takes some damage.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I feel like I've contributed. I think probably just holding the line here is maybe not a bad idea, so I think that's what I'm going to do.
Rage.
Okay. All I can do is move up and attack this cube.
Okay, go and attack the cube.
Because I think the goblin's well in hand. Or is it next?
I think it's next.
Is it next? Right. Okay. I'm not going to give it the chance. I'm going to step up.
Oh, I just thought next on the list as opposed to next in the initiative order.
No, I was thinking on the initiative order. I think it's up next, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it? Is that no, it's the condescending one, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's the other one that's
still
running
up there.
away.
Right. Okay. So I will move up there.
That will give you flanking from Kelgar.
And let's attack it then. We'll see how this goes.
Nat 20. Come on, Nat 20. I want to see a crit tonight.
Fuck me sideways.
And the curse of Zed keeps rolling forever forward.
Oh my god.
I swear to God, Zed.
Yes, it's got a
That's a
macro.
1 in 400 chance of that happening.
It's a voice-activated
But one
macro
in-
that says
1 in
critical.
400 chance.
Can I just say, fuck you, Foundry?
Because that's a great module you've got running there.
Great, isn't it?
Oh, I tell you
I'll
what.
turn it off next week.
Why don't you use
For the
inspiration?
details after, because my game on Monday is going to be great if I get all of that.
Oh god.
Wow.
I have to mark them as dead, otherwise you don't get XP accreditation for it. So, but they've legged it. The cube has plenty of targets. So I'm going to open this up public. So 1, 2 is going to go for rage. 3, 4 L'Oreal. 5, 6 is going to go for Kelgar. 5, 6. He goes for Kelgar. A pseudopod flies out from the thing. Misses Kelgar.
Phew.
Few indeed for Kurgen.
Pseudo chop.
Calga's got an arm class of over 17.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go barreling through the tiny childlike person there.
Yep, you barrel through the tiny child.
Where? Oh, it's talking about me.
Yeah, talk about you. Always talk about you there.
And I'm just going to ping a firebolt at the last goblin, and
Okay.
I am going to say, no, really, you are next.
Yay!
Say after you've rolled.
You actually hurt something.
Roll your damage. You kill it.
Yay!
I was waiting for a 1 man.
I know.
Me too.
Jet says, I told you
That's
so.
brilliant.
And then for my next trick, I am going to end turn.
Ember,
Okay.
you're up.
What's left?
A rust monster and a gelatinous cube.
Okay. Okay, I'll move here and stab it.
Stab
hang
the
on.
cube.
Won't that damage my weapon?
Uh-uh.
Oh, right. Okay.
You don't know.
Or it's a cube that devours stuff, and I think devouring things. Do I have advantage?
Not there, no. But you'll hit.
Nice.
You'll do 11 damage plus your sneak attack. Nice. 20 damage in total. Very good. The
Hey.
cube is not happy.
I will
Is it kind of a blobby language thing?
Yeah.
I'll move back again because I can do that.
You're in disengage. Okay.
Down next
Glad
to
someone
the-
heard my
okay.
bad joke.
The rust monster continues to eat the dagger. Your dagger is at -3 now.
I've kind of written that dagger off. Bargain for what it's done for me, though.
Jet, you're up.
So, am I able to sheath the short sword, move and fire the bow?
Yes.
Is that allowable?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Because I would assume that you just swap the bow to your other hand, pull your short sword out, and stab with it.
Yeah.
If you were using a shield, then no, you'd have had
Yeah.
to put the bow, either drop the bow or put the bow on your shoulder.
Oh, that's okay. Just want to just double check. Okay, so I shall move to there. Target cube.
Okay.
Then I shall iron arrow.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
That'll hit.
Nice.
Oh, then I shall do
See, now you're doing all the super damage. Okay.
Yeah, but we've had lots of 1s and 0 20s, right?
Medistra. Yeah, that's been your downfall this game.
I class it as testing our metal, and I think we've come out fine. And with that, I will point my finger at this gelatinous cube, and I will say, Celestian Spiritu, and cast my Eldritch Blast while targeting it first.
Should hit. Really?
It's not targeted. It's targeted, but it's not.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
That was a fast roll.
7 damage. Okay. It's looking really, really bad. Anything else? Nope.
Nope,
Then we
that's
go
it.
top of the round. We go to Kelgar.
Okay, shifting my hex onto this. That work? Don't see the thing on it. Don't see the icon
No.
on either me or it.
Yeah, recast it.
Does its engulf ability? Does it have to make a ability check for that, or
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
is that a strength for a grab effectively, or?
It's a saving throw that you
Is it?
have to make a saving throw when it
Okay,
rumbles
no
over
good
you.
then. All right, and then I shall attempt to hit it with a booming blade.
Okay.
Should I use the macro or just do a regular attack?
The macro one.
It's asking for a measurement template.
Yeah, drop it over the creature.
There was an error in the macro.
All right, don't worry about it. At least I know you've done it. Roll your attack.
Attack then, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Hey!
20.
Woo!
There's that 20.
there it's been all the time.
Like-
Should have joined us earlier, Kel. It's your fault.
Yep.
Hey, your axe carves through it, and two pieces of this cube just slide apart. It quivers for a second, and then goes motionless. L'Oreala.
All eyes turn to the rust monster.
And every single one of you goes, no, after you, after you, after you.
I will attempt to assault its mind, I think. Let's give that a go. Hopefully it's not
Okay.
very bright. Throw a mind sliver at it.
It fails. Takes
Tame
damage. No, it failed.
Tame it and have a pet rust monster.
And I'm gonna move over here and end my turn.
Okay. Rage.
Back to that, sorry.
Rage will drop his greatsword where it is.
Yep.
Draw the Morning Star as he moves up.
And whacks it with a Morning Star.
And I will whack it with a Morning Star.
Okay.
Actually, can I move to... That's better.
Yeah, if you've got movement to get you to there, you can get to there.
Right.
Okay, that will hit. Eight points of damage. Oh, doesn't seem to have done the damage.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be pulling through.
It did that time.
Oh, strange. Ah, it's because that was off the book. I've not pulled the Morning Star.
Got it. Okay. So does your Divine Fury do 1d6 plus 1?
Yes.
Okay. In which case, it collapses in a heap. And your Morning Star is now on a -1 to damage.
It's all right. I'll drop that and then go and pick up one of the bugbears.
Okay. All right. And you'll be glad to know we end combat,
What?
Whoa.
which nets you all 421 XP.
I just need to make a note of all the people that said run away.
Congratulations, everybody. You have reached level 4.
Long rest.
Well
I think
done.
after
We need a long rest.
Well, there's still a cavern complex to explore.
You're right. There is, and that's tomorrow.
Okay. You want to... all right. Well, look, there's nothing else in here. So, by all means, take a long rest. That's fine.
I'm just going to pop to the
I
gents.
just want to check that there's no walk pups in this pen.
No, there's nothing in there. It's empty.
Oh, damn it.
Don't use is a new day doing just to a normal rest.
Hold on. I'll tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it is a new day. So you can
Right.
click it's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
Can we actually level up through Foundry, or do we have to go to?
You can do, but it's probably easier to do it in D&D Beyond,
right.
and then I'll pull it through once you've leveled up.
Just realize the endless. Got them there. No more things themselves.
Guy,
Yeah.
jump into the Sea of Thieves channel for a second with me, please.
Good luck.
Sailor, sailor.
I'm not back in 3 hours.
Oh no, don't, because it will cancel the screen.
Stream.
Send me a
It'll-
PM.
Oh,
right?
the camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll send you a message. I'll send you a message in Discord.
Okay, back. What's going on?
Just leveling up
We
to.
are resting and leveling.
Okay. Right. Quickly jump onto.
I need to get a new spell. So you want, you want us to do the spell in Beyond 20, you said?
Hmm?
Yeah,
The level.
yeah.
Hello.
Where's my book? From memory, I can change one spell at level up, right? If I need to.
Yes, I believe so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to just import that? That's updated now.
Don't import it for a second.
All right.
Okay, so let me just double check your. Bastard. Don't think import will work.
Okay.
Give me a second because I need to make it work.
There's only a couple of things. There's only one thing. Well, there's hit points and there's 1 feat that's going on it, so there's not much changing.
Hold on.
If you want, I can try and do it in Foundry.
No. Make sure your Foundry, your D&D Beyond characters all have the same amount of cash that is on your character currently,
Oh, hang on.
Oh, okay.
and any useful items that you might have added, like potions of healing, are also on your Beyond
God.
character, just in case we accidentally overwrite things.
Let me add the cash in then.
Cash in particular is quite useful. Oh, for fuck's sake.
How much cash have I got? There.
I haven't quite finished the message that I've sent you, Guy, but I'll finish it in a second. I just want to sort this
no
out.
worries. Where the fuck's cash in D&D? Oh, there. Currency.
How do you multi-class in this?
In D&D Beyond, you add another level at the bottom as a different class. when you're on the class section.
So instead of increasing rogue to level 4, you choose a different class.
Okay.
Put that to level 1.
How the fuck do I just adjust? How do I change money?
At the top of your inventory tab, there's a currency bit. Click on any of the currency, it'll open another section. And then you'll have a little, in the middle, you put in whatever you want to add in, and then just add it into your totals.
You can just double click on the total and change it.
Yeah, that as well.
Click on the total. What do you mean?
So it says gold, and then there's a number next to it. If you double click on that number, you can just type it in or press the up and down arrows.
Yeah.
Or you can use a just currency add and remove down the bottom, but I always find it easier to overwrite.
Right, I think that's my. If I just click there. Okay, so that's my money updated. I don't think I've picked anything up, equipment-wise.
Now I've got to do my spells.
How many arrows did I fire?
I remember.
It was 3 or 4.
I get 2 back.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Oh. Bear me, I'm just looking for something.
We've got the combat music on, Zed.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I'm done as well.
Yeah, I think I'm done as well.
I'm not done.
No, I'm not either.
Am I? Maybe I am done. Maybe I am.
Okay.
To save time and me spending hours going through this, the sorcerer hasn't really got much in the way of buffing spells, has he? At this level, I think he can cast haste a bit later on from memory.
Yeah.
But there's nothing really. I'm trying to figure out if we can make the party more survivable, tanky. You know, if I could rage does pretty well, but if I could buff Kelg or somebody, there's nothing right. There's nothing I can get though.
No, Cal's pretty tough.
Yeah, he is. I've got enlarge that I took for both of you two. I didn't use it this time, but it's second level, and I only got 2 second levels at this point.
Should be 3 now at 4th level, isn't it?
Oh yeah, maybe it is actually thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm sure it goes up by 1. Yeah, you get 3rd level spells as well at 5th, don't you? So if we make it that far, then
If we make it that far, yeah.
I'm looking forward to some fireball action.
Yeah, there's fireball I want to get. I want to get haste.
Yeah, haste is very awesome.
Yeah, I just picked up Scorching Ray as well. I think that'll be useful now.
Okay. So I can now start importing people. So who's done? Did you say you were done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay, so if I import Rage, no weapons, no equipment, no currency, spells, classes. Okay.
I don't
How
know
does
what
that
to do
look?
with my character.
Great weapon master attack.
I think
Yeah.
just be careful about the spells, because I think you'd added some custom ones in on some of us.
Okay.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't think it overwrites them.
I think it did last time, though.
So I assume I drag that down to.
Yeah, I don't know that it has. So it doesn't have an active effect. So we would need to. I'll need to program Great Weapon Master for you.
Right. Okay. No worries.
Much like I had with Jorund.
Yeah.
So I could do that. Sentry's Rest, is that new? No.
No, that's only you needing, well, basically not sleeping.
Okay. Nothing else new then, just hit points taking you to 45.
Yeah.
Oh, your armor class is broken again.
Hey.
So hold on. Should be 17, yeah?
18.
Yeah, because you've got the armor, then you've got the
Oh,
Warforged.
hold on. I think
Yeah.
I know why. There you go.
Sweet.
Because it toggles your unarmored defense on automatically because it
Mm.
assumes that's what you're doing. Okay, so you should be done and be okay. Anybody else updated their character?
Yes, all good to go.
Not yet.
Bariala. Okay.
Which is
That
weird.
is-
Weird because my unarmored defense would take me to 16 naturally anyway.
Yeah.
So don't know what
Okay.
it does.
Oh shit. Just broke your character.
Oh wow, yeah, all my spells are gone. All my equipment's gone.
Bastard.
Oh no, all my equipment's okay, it's fine. My spell looks totally balked.
Shit. Bugger. Hold on.
That's really weird because it's even added to spell that's one of my spells, I think. That's gone really mental. What have you done? There we go.
There you go. All back.
All back.
However, I'm going to assume that, yeah, it's broken things like Toll of the Dead. Toll of the Dead. I don't know if I can remember where that is now.
Am I right in thinking it's just a single spell which you can swap out for a different one level up?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
Cool.
I've sent you some notes, Kurgen.
Yeah, just looking at those. Okay. Am I going to be able to note that somehow?
I will build it for you for next week.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
My armor class looks wrong, Zed. It's got an additional +2 from DAE.
Okay, I'll fix that in a minute.
Well, I don't mind, but
No, I'm sure you don't.
And I got 10 points of extra weight for some reason.
Stop eating.
As I often do, let's do this. Give it 1 hit point, so it's not dead. Get L'Oreal, let's target it. There you go, Tell the Dead is working again. Oh,
whoa,
nice.
wow, cool.
Now, that was good.
Fancy graphics.
That's awesome.
Okay, so Tell the Dead is
Much
back to
better
working.
than the crap that I made with the limited options. So.
There you go.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Magic Stone. If I chose that as a cantrip and I imbued stones with the power, how long would that last? Are they there constantly? So I couldn't load up a sack full of stones for somebody.
No, it specifically says how long they last.
Oh, it doesn't on
believe.
this bit. No, range of 60 feet. Spellcasting modifier. Bludgeoning damage 1d6 plus. Spell ends. Oh, right, it's just one stone, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't get a bag of 100 rocks and then just
Yeah.
some.
I thought one
Oh,
1d6
it's
plus the
3
spellcasting
stones.
modifier.
It's 3 stones maximum. That's all you can ever have. But you can put them in a sling. So I had a druid that used magic stone with a sling, and it's freaking awesome
Hmm.
because it uses your spellcasting modifier, not
That's
their.
right, which is huge.
Yeah. Right, anybody else? Anybody else ready?
I'm ready.
Cool, guys.
I don't know why my infantry in D&D Beyond is exactly the same as what's in Foundry, but D&D Beyond says I've got more weight on me than the other one.
No idea.
Might be the gold difference.
Oh.
Yeah, it's probably gold actually. Okay, Jet, I've updated you. Does that look good? You upped your dex to. You went
Yeah.
for a dex increase, yeah?
I didn't. I went for the feet piercer, which increases me dex by 1 anyway,
Okay.
Nice.
and
Nice.
gives me the benefit of re-rolling a damage die and I roll an extra die.
Nice.
So that should hopefully, as my crit chance improves, should be rather good. So,
See if it works. We might have to. You might have to just remember that you've got it. I don't know that that's automated. Who else said they were done?
I'm almost done, I think, but give me a second.
You can do me, Zed.
I can do you. Okay.
Yay.
1 second.
Do me.
I can't remember if Kurgen, if you have any special spells. I'm probably going to have to review all your spells, actually. Everybody's spells when I've done them.
I haven't got anything special, I don't think. The only thing
No, it's just whether I've got macros on spells that are running. So
I've changed. I've added in scorching ray.
Yeah.
And I've got the medallion of thoughts in my inventory as well, in my equipment.
Okay.
That should all pull across.
Yes, it has done. Yeah. Okay. Kelgar, did you say you were done?
I should be fine to do your weird magic-y thing that you do.
Okay.
But the icons keep changing for my spells. Completely
Yeah,
random.
apologies. It's just pulling new icons in from various sources, and I don't know whether it's going to when it's going to do that or how it's going to do it. You've got Booming Blade, Medistra.
Yeah. Good move, bad move. We'll never know.
No idea. I need to try and figure out why the
Depends if you've got the hit points in the armor class to be stood next to something, really.
Well,
Medistra does seem to like tanking.
And falling
Yes.
over when he does it.
Despite trying to get him out of problems.
Rather than getting yourself there, don't get there.
yeah, it's more of a fail-safe than anything else, I think. Like the Arms of Hador.
No, I like the idea of protecting Medistra less and less when he starts tickling me with weird eldritch.
Tentacles.
Like my friend Cthulhu.
Have you not updated your level or anything yet, Ember?
I was trying to add another class,
Okay.
but I can't because I don't have enough wisdom to add a ranger.
There you go. Don't have enough wisdom to become a ranger. So maybe what you need to do is, can you increase your wisdom this level 4, to 13, which might give you enough wisdom at level 5 to go ranger at 5.
Oh right, I could do that.
what wisdom do you need?
13.
I think it's
and I've got-
13, yeah.
I've got I've
Right,
got
L'Oreal, you said
11.
your armor class was wrong, did you?
Yeah, it's got some DAE bonus of 2. I don't know where that's from. AC plus 2 brackets DAE, which shouldn't be there.
Okay.
Out of interest, what's the
Is that right now? Is it 17? Is
Yeah,
that what it
yeah.
should be?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know what that was then.
What's the path for the ranger?
Sorry, what did you say?
No, I was just wondering what's the path for the ranger dipping into ranger? What's the bonus from it? What are you picking up? You know, that kind of thing.
I don't know, to be honest. I just thought it would be handy because I'm seem to be doing a lot of shooting with the bow at the moment.
I don't think that really helps, does it?
No, I don't think I don't think it would help that much. No.
I don't think it. You know, I think putting the 2 points into dex. You know,
Yeah, you're probably right.
if it's just for the accuracy and the damage, and that'd affect you thrown and melee as well.
And more rogue is more sneak attack dice eventually.
Yeah, it's those little dips into, unless you've got a specific thing
Yeah.
you can dip into. Like when you dip into cleric, you get something really quick, don't you?
It got me some armor on basically. It's like,
Yeah, it's the same with me and the one leveling warlock. Gets me much better AC and some half decent melee.
also conveniently fit my background really well. So
Yeah, likewise.
Ranger and rogue do kind of go well together in certain ways, but it's normally mainly ranger and rogue dipping in, isn't it, and stuff like that. But I think if you're being a rogue, you get a lot out of rogue in the long run, don't you?
rogue is really, really good, solid, just all the way.
It never stops giving. It really doesn't.
The problem with multiclassing as well is you put yourself behind on getting things like feats.
Yeah.
Which is really hurting probably me and Calg this level, I suspect. Definitely me.
Yeah, I think most other people would probably have gone up a couple of stat points and chance to hit, whereas, my was it spellcasting modifier or attack bonus?
Yeah,
if you dip out when you're a fighter and stuff like that, you're one level behind getting 2 attacks around and all that kind of stuff. So it's really tricky.
I like the multi-classing in 5th. It's good. There's a cost to it, and I think that's really, really good.
Yeah.
As opposed to 3.5, where like basically, if you were going to be good, you basically had to multi-class, but you also had to plan level 1 to 20 before you started playing.
Yeah.
Which was crap.
You'd have levels all over the gaff, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
How did this come about? I don't know. I just looked at the classes and saw I was dipping in for. So how does it all come together as a character? I have no idea.
Exactly. That's why I couldn't do that, because I choose random stuff because it's like how my character would choose.
Yeah. Didn't work in 3.5. It was awful.
And all the splat books as well.
Ugh.
It was just, if you wanted to have everything at the table, you'd need somebody to carry it for you.
Still a good fun game, but yeah,
yeah.
It's just I much prefer 5th. 4th is pretty good. There's a lot of people hate it, but I actually quite like it.
I really enjoyed 4th. I really did. I thought it was a really cool way of looking at it.
I think people maybe played 4th a little bit too literally and didn't, go outside the rules at all, and they found it quite restrictive.
Yeah, that's what I've had a lot of people come. When I was running it, it was like it doesn't allow you to role play, and I'm like, do you mean it doesn't allow you to role play?
Yeah.
What you're talking about? You don't need rules to role play. Just fucking role play.
The rules are there as a guide, and that's it. Full stop.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, your DM will go, yeah, that sounds about right. I'll give you a roll on that. Cool.
You can think of how you're going to do it. You know, we'll work it out. Or you think of what you want to try, and it's my job to try and figure it out for you.
Mm.
Last time I played D&D was with that.
Is
Yeah,
that-
I've
is
played
that
that on my
like-
deck,
gosh.
mate.
So I've missed out on several versions. I came back on 5th edition, so there's tons that I've missed out on.
Is that the one where the first campaign is the one where you go to the hill? No,
Is that basic?
that's basic. Is it basic?
Yeah, that was basic, wasn't it?
Bit
So
basic,
I've only
yeah.
I've only just seen what was on the camera. Good old days.
Yeah.
Really old. I mean, I got this in, what,
80s.
85?
Yeah,
maybe?
mid 80s, yeah.
Something like that. I've got a couple of other bits and pieces. I thought I'd lost them all, actually, and then they turned up at my dad's house because he's moving house. So I've got the player's manual. I've still got the Dungeon Master's book. And
Okay.
I've got the Keep on the Borderlands. Is that what you think?
That's
of?
the one,
Mm.
yes. That lovely pink cover.
I think the first tabletop game I played was my mate introduced me to Tunnels and Trolls, and we had an afternoon of that. I won an English prize at school, and I got that as my book with my book voucher. I got the rule book for that, and then my mates were playing. Even though AD&D was out, we were playing Basic then,
Mhm.
and then we moved over to AD&D, and then Second Edition came out, which was a bit lit, but I ran that a lot. I always found Second Edition was so ambiguous. There was a massive lack of rules.
Well, that's why they overcompensated in 3.5. Everything was so incredibly structured.
Yeah.
Painfully so at times.
Yeah. Like skills in Second Edition. I think it was only all the additional books that they brought out, advanced, all the advanced stuff. But skills in the basic Second Edition was just there was nothing about what a success. I don't think there was anything about what a success was.
No.
There was very loose descriptions of what skills were, the proficiencies.
You hit it on the head there. That's why, because they can make money on the companions.
Mm-hmm.
It's TSR, isn't it? They love to make money. God did.
Yep. Well, can't blame them. It's a business.
Yeah.
Is a club normally 1d6 damage, or is it
1d4,
D4, yeah.
1d4?
unless it's a monk. Should probably stop giving Zed some ideas.
I'm seeing if this is going to work.
And have goblin monks next. Catching arrows and
Hey, they sent the
stunning
Catholic
strikes.
Church,
Throwing them back.
When we started this campaign, I rolled up the sorcerer because it's what a character I wanted to do for ages. And as a backup, I have a druid rolled up as well. I thought a bit of flexibility might be useful. But ever since we've started playing, I've just been thinking I should just have a paladin.
No.
Thing
You've
is-
got me and Maddie. What more divine do you need?
Exactly.
Well, it's more kind of heavy armor and shield and a pointy sword.
We don't need any of that.
No, we've got a
Yeah, we've
range.
got a reasonable amount of
We've got a
tankiness,
jet.
right? L'Oreal pretty tanky as well, right?
Yep.
In fact, L'Oreal can be like the most tanky and like
Probably.
Bruce mates with shield, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, shield puts me in 22 AC. If I use Shield of Faith, I'm in 24.
When
Whoa.
I cast Enlarge, who are the two best people to go for? Because it's a 1d4
Rogue.
damage.
Rage and Jet. Or maybe Ember. Maybe. Like Ember real sized?
Would
Oh, that'd be
maybe
weird.
have advantage on sneaks and things, though, wouldn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. No, because the only time I've used it was for Rage and Jet, I think. Oh, no, it was Rage and Kelg, actually, I think.
Yeah, I got him bigger than on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me.
I just got engorged.
God.
We've spoken
Too
about
much
this.
info.
Hey.
It's like one of those weird magics where if you change a couple of letters, it really changes what the spell does.
Yep.
Messing around here, don't worry.
It's
No,
just
it's
like,
fine. We're just waffling away.
Okay. I think, Kelgar, I've got your blackened X haft is now done on your character.
Kurgen's one.
Kurg.
I think it's functioning, Kurgen, yeah. I'm just gonna. Okay. So, in the interest of time, I take it you're going to explore the cavern after you wake up in the following day.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Searching around, you effectively find so in the room that you're in currently, amongst the various beds and bags, you find 35 gold pieces and
Oh, hang on.
100.
I need to write this down. Hang on.
Yeah.
We're adding it onto the party loot.
Yeah, that's what I normally do. So hang on. Let me just get the party loot open. The party. Okay, how much gold?
35 gold,
45.
35, 35 gold,
Yeah. So that's
and 110 silver.
52 and 110 silver.
Rage, where you are, half buried in a hole, you find a maul.
Is that 3 you've got now on the order?
Ah, got 2 on order. Fuck it. Chucks it away. No.
Oh my god.
I will use some ritual detect magic and
Yeah,
patrol around as well.
I'll hand it to L'Oreal and sort of like, why has this not been damaged by the rust monsters?
It is magical.
It's magical.
It is
Well.
a Maul of Warning.
Oh,
Oh,
warning.
oh! Is that the advantage on initiatives?
Absolutely.
Can't be surprised.
It has a little
Correct.
voice and goes, over here.
Yeah,
Look out.
basically, yeah, it warns people, so you can't be surprised. You can't be caught out. Anybody within 30 feet of you can't be surprised unless incapacitated, and the weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins.
I love that then.
I
Out of my-
presume
out of
Rage is
my-
having that.
Out of my cold dead hands.
There you go. Rage, I've just dragged it to your character sheet.
Ooh, excellent.
Now, if you're gonna add it, if you go to special traits on your character, one of the things that you can click on there is advantage on initiative. So you can click that and make sure you save it. So you will, as long as you're using them all, you will always have advantage on initiative.
Hang on, where's that, sorry?
Special traits on your attributes section of your character sheet.
All right, got you.
The other plus side is it's magical.
And it is magical. It's not a +1 weapon, but it does count as magical for the purpose of overcoming magical damage.
Mm.
Okay. The other room of note is this room here that has a throne in it. And actually, there is a chest in here, which there's a chest and there is a javelin propped up against the back of the throne. Inside the chest are a pair of gloves, a
Nice.
small vial with some kind of thick, somewhat smelly ointment in it. There are 80 gold pieces.
What'll that guy do with that?
Oh, shit. Hang on. I'm not watching.
Do you want me to put it in?
Yeah, would you mind? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out something that Zed just gave me.
80 gold pieces, 1,000 silver pieces, and 2,400 copper pieces. Watch your weight.
Sorry, how many silver pieces?
1,000.
I've added it to the party loot. I'm not sure we're going to be able to carry it all back. And how many copper?
2,400.
We'll be able to share stuff around onto individuals if we need to. Only we had a bag of holding.
We can feed them to the rust monsters and say, this rust monster is worth 1,000 silver.
There is £230 in party loot at the moment. We probably need to ditch some stuff onto somebody, or
Where's
I've
my
got
calf at
9.
the moment? We left it at the town, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
we did.
There are also, I'm adding these manually. There are 5 pieces of artwork. Not necessarily various vases and sort of statuettes, each worth 25 gold pieces. When you do some examination, you discovered that the 3-inch glass jar is Keoghtoms Ointment. Keoghtoms Ointment.
Do we know
And
what that does?
yes. As an action, 1 dose of the ointment can be swallowed or applied to the skin. It receives 2d8 plus 2 hit points, ceases to be poisoned, and is cured of disease.
Well, that would be very useful.
And Dart can have that. Just not Dart, sorry, Jet, sorry.
Yeah.
Just smother yourself on it every time you go into combat.
Every time he goes diving in raw sewage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
I've added that to the character sheet just so you know there are only 3 doses. Okay.
You have to
There
go
are a
easy on
pair
the
of
sewers, Fanny.
gloves. There are a pair of gloves. The gloves, when you spend some time examining them, are gloves of missile snaring.
Let's grab them and chuck them back, isn't it?
When a ranged weapon attacks you are wearing them, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your dex modifier. You can't throw it back. That's the bit that the monk does with their key abilities, but it effectively replicates the first half of the monk's ability.
It sounds like either Ember or Jet.
Hmm.
Someone with decent decks.
Yeah, it's probably somebody that's always getting shot.
I think it might be Jet.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. To be fair, yeah.
And then the last one, Javelin, turns out to be a javelin of lightning.
Wow.
Ooh. Beauty.
Okay, I've added that to the party sheet as well.
I mean, I think that's probably a rage item.
Bear in mind, the Javelin of Lightning is a 1 use per day only item. Otherwise, it just becomes a magical javelin after that. But that would have been nice in the earlier fight.
Don't know.
In terms of Rage's range capability, that would really give you a little bit of boost if you needed it.
Mm.
That does mean Rangers had 2 magical items from this this horde. Okay, that's what you find in here. There's nothing else in here, and it looks like you have disrupted the goblins, the goblin cult, and their attempt at bringing back the creature that is petrified.
Which is what we set out to do.
And we are going to.
Kelgud be all right with that Javelin of Lightning, though, wouldn't he?
Is it strength thrown, is it? I'm probably not going to be the best with that.
Well, that's if it's used as a thing, but if it's kept as the lightning bolt once per day.
How does that work? Is it a...
When you hurl it and speak its command word, so you still.
So you still have to throw it.
Yeah. But it becomes a lightning bolt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you throw it at a target, you issue the command, and then everything in that target onwards, up out to 120 feet, would be hit by a lightning bolt.
I'm guessing it's going to be strength thrown then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it strength or dex you could choose, or is it just strength?
Just strength on thrown.
Strength on throw.
Strength on thrown.
Yeah, unless it's a finesse thrown.
Unless it's a finesse like a dagger, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is
I think it has to be light as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not finesse. And as the morning rises, after you've all taken your long rest and you've had your breakfast, I'm going to fast forward us to 6:30 in the morning. We are going to call it a night.
Awesome.
Cool.
I don't know.
Someone needs to take that javelin now.
Can't
I don't know where to
Ember
put-
throw?
Yeah, but I've only got a strength of 8.
Yeah, that's no good.
It's more that I
Yeah,
think
if
most
it's-
of the rest of us have some good ranged options. Like,
But I've just found a feat that I quite like the look of, but I'm not sure whether to pump 2 into Dex or just use Piercer, which adds 1 to Dex, plus lets me re-roll dice for
That's
damage.
exactly what Jet's just taken as well.
What, Piercer?
Yeah.
Because
Bear in mind, I had a dex of 17, so it worked quite well for my character.
yeah, I've got
Yeah,
a Dex
if
of
you-
16.
You'll be missing out on +1 damage, +1 to hit then if you only take a single point in dex instead of 2.
Yeah, I suppose I should. do
I'm
that
assuming it
first.
only lets you re-roll your damage dice. Doesn't it let you re-roll? It doesn't let you re-roll your sneak.
any piercing damage dice. So yes, it would
any
if
piercing
you used a
That's fine
piercing
then.
weapon.
Yeah.
It's only
So
one
it'll-
dice then.
it'll count. It'll
And I
count.
get
It'll
an
count, doesn't
extra.
it?
I get an extra roll 1 additional damage die when determining the extra if I do a crit, but that's only if I do a crit. Yeah, maybe I'll pick that next time. I'm better off with the extra dex, I suppose.
The same will probably apply next time you get the feat option. You'll be, again, trading off getting 2 points of dex for that.
Yeah,
Well, Jet's just made me happy in the sense that what he said then about putting a point into his dex, it was 17. My charisma's 17, and I should have put a point into that, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Looking at this Javelin of Lightning, I'm not convinced that it counts as a thrown attack when you activate the ability, actually.
I think you just activate. I think you just activate it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, no. It says when you hurl it.
Yeah, it says when you hurl it and speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 foot wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet.
Yeah.
So you don't actually.
Each
you don't
creature
actually have
in the line, so you don't actually have to roll to attack.
Does it hit
Okay.
everything in that direction as well?
The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target.
Ah.
Make a ranged weapon attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 4d6 lightning damage.
So it'll take additional damage then.
Yeah.
If you can actually hit with it.
Yeah.
So it would be better for somebody with strength throwing.
so are we okay me taking the gloves?
Definitely.
Yeah, go
Right.
for it.
I can't see them in the party loop, so can I just add it straight to the character sheet from?
Yeah, just drag them over.
In fact, when L'Oreal learns what they are, she's going to put them on you.
Hold on, I'll do it for you, Jet.
You need
There
to
you
wear
go.
these.
Oh, thank you
There
very
you go.
much. Thank you.
They require attunement, so you will need to attune. So right click and act thingy and then attune.
Although technically with this javelin, you could just throw it past the all of the enemies. Just throw it behind them.
Yeah, technically, I suppose.
You
Target,
lose the
target,
javelin
target
damage.
the earth behind them.
Yeah, you'd lose the javelin damage, but you'd get.
Yeah.
So just to know, obviously you're at £234 out of a total of 150. The majority of that is from the coins that you're carrying. I would say at the moment you still have some weight left, but you realistically probably want to distribute the coins.
We need to find a banker and break it down as well.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this for you. There you go.
Like I said, we need to find a banker and break it down.
Right, I've just turned it into 91 platinum pieces, 5 gold pieces, 1 electrum piece, 2 silver pieces, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Okay.
Magical bank.
Magical DM being nice to you.
after you tried to kill us, man.
Indeed. It was a tough fight, but it got you to level 4. So
Well done, everybody there. Very well done.
as I say, right, we'll pick up next week. You having explored the caverns, satisfied that there's nothing else in here, and then it's up to you to decide what you do next.
Did you say the bugbears had breastplates on?
Yes, they did.
Okay. All right. How many bugbears were there?
4.
Because I'm just thinking, because they're not cheap either, are they? Breastplates.
Certainly not worth picking up if we can.
All right, let me add. Yeah, you've got 3 already. So
How
there you
big
go.
is?
We should really try and get rid of some of this stuff next time we're in town.
But we need
How heavy
to.
are they?
We can always get to a blacksmith when we get our new
They
weapons.
weigh,
that we
I think
gave
they weigh
away.
about 20. I think.
Oh, I can carry 1 or 2.
So I can carry about just over 90 pounds.
Yeah, so you're up to with 4 more breastplates. You're up to 229.5 pounds worth of total weight. So
Well,
yeah,
if you
you need to get yourselves a bag of holding as quickly as possible, really.
Questions, Ed. In your game world, how easy is it to find someone to make or to purchase magical items from, or to sell magical items to?
Oh, it's easy enough to find people, whether they have the cash.
Yeah.
Whether they have the cash to buy them off you, or whether the item is available. So where you are in Noltec, you're limited. But if you go to one of the cities like Modron or the big city, it's much easier. Or you could put feelers out maybe to Tauster to say, does he know of anybody that sells and deals in magical items? And you might find that there's somebody in a nearby village that just happens to be a hoarder, collector, buyer, seller, whatever. So
Might be that we want to take a trip to Modron sometime then.
and the other thing is, as a group, you can make a decision to have some downtime and go off and do things on your own during that downtime.
Well, we've got a time-based mission, haven't we?
Exactly.
No,
Bear in
yes.
mind, the world continues if you take time off.
Yeah.
So you want to do that when we, but that wouldn't be like a one-on-one session, right? That would be held within the time that we have on a Thursday evening.
I would probably do it if we're going to do downtime and we all agree to do downtime. We would probably do it over Discord in chat.
Ah, okay, all right.
Because then we can just then the so let's say you decided now to everybody have a month off, and then so what I would say to you is send me a message in Discord. What is it you're doing for that month? Then you tell me what you're doing, and we'd have a chat about the outcome of that. So that next Thursday you all come back together at your agreed time, and I just advance the calendar 1 month forwards.
Oh, cool.
You know, that's the kind of thing. If you want to do some downtime where you're all together and you're just like in a castle that you've bought or whatever, and you're hosting, and you want to spend a couple of weeks hosting and playing nobility and stuff, with a view to sort of maybe learning about the nobles and the lords of the land, then yes, we would role play that on a Thursday.
Got you.
Otherwise, yeah, we would just do it out of character in. And of course, if you said to me, I want to role play it and actually go through it properly, then we'd find a time when you're available to do it. So nice and simple.
I assume that some of us will have some story beats that are personal to our character, and if that can happen while we're on the way through on one of our existing missions, great. But if it means one of us has to go off and do something else, then that would be done out of character, or out of.
It depends. We might all want to go and help you.
Yeah.
Might do.
Or people want to go and help each other. Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry.
Right. That was fantastic, scary, bum-clenching fun.
Yeah, I was not enjoying walking off under a suggestion at all.
No.
No.
I was not enjoying seeing you walk off under a suggestion.
Good job. I made that suggestion a little bit
Well,
vague.
The
What I should have
frustrating
said
thing
was
was
embrace my colleague to the south.
But yeah, that's why I thought I'll go and introduce myself. Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
the meta thing was the fact that when you walked off, if you hadn't used your expeditious retreat, whatever you used, and you'd been hit, surely wouldn't that have broken it?
I don't think so. But suggestion is you follow out the command, but it doesn't mean you just do it like an automaton. You try and do it as you would try and do it. So my best chances of getting there and introducing myself was to disengage.
Yes, disengage. That's the one. Yes.
Before I forget, folks, I am definitely not around next week. I'm going to be in London with the family.
Oh, come over here.
Um,
Can you bring our fisherman back, please?
Okay, I think I'm probably going to be at karate next week since I have missed a few sessions in a row.
Yeah, a little bit of a quiet one, then. That's okay. We can stagger back to town and deal with that stuff.
We decide where Rage is going to have his new mall inscribed, and then we leave it there for 3 months while he finds other malls.
Just have a collection. It's all over now.
We're going to need
Rage
a
the
guest
mauler.
just to keep your malls.
Yeah. Well, this is the mall I got on the first day, and this one I got on the second day.
Dead, I've finished. You can import me if you want.
I reckon you get some crazy curse, you get 8 arms. Go, more man!
Arctic Ember. Import the lovely Ember. Okay. You went dexterity, did you, Ember?
Yeah, I thought that was better just for
Yeah.
the first one.
Gives you an extra +1 attack and damage. Okay, folks. Thank you all as always. Hope you enjoyed tonight.
Thanks very much.
We will be back next week for those of us who are here. It sounds like 2 of us will be down. So you can maybe have those 2 people can stay in town depending on what you're doing, or they'll just be anonymous NPCs following you behind. We'll see.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well,
Okay,
catch you next week.
have a great one.
You can
And
take care all. Be
speak to you
safe.
soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.